Welcome anyone to the Gaming Chamber podcast. This is Two Beasts to Kill You, and today was a very exciting day. Here's a special, so we're recording a special edition podcast, not a normal one. We're just going to talk about the Xbox showcase. Uh, Joining me this week, unfortunately, as usual, Devin. Go ahead.
What's up? Hopefully you don't mess the recording up on this one.
Oh, I'll get to it in a bit. JJ, as well, he's joining me.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah, what Devin is referencing is that last Thursday, right? We recorded a. Oh my god, I'm so pissed off about it still. We recorded a predictions podcast. For some reason, the OBS decided to not detect my headset. So the whole time, all you hear is Devin and JJ talking, but you don't hear my dulcet tones. So,
I guess,
I heard us too talking. I said it's fine then.
yeah. I mean, we're the only ones that matter.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm only the host of the podcast, but apparently, you're the only ones that matter. Oh
Yeah.
my god! Like I said,
You're not the host with the most, you're the beast with the least.
I might have to put that on my Twitter bio. The beast with the least. I might have to. I'm gonna give you that one, Devin. I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna put that hashtag beast with the least. I'm gonna put WITDA with the least. You gotta. That's how the kids say it, right?
Something like that, I think.
All right. So yeah, what is the 9th, right? To June 9th, Sunday. Xbox had their.
Hey, 69.
Oh my god, 69. Yeah, Xbox had their games showcase, which normally would be E3. But obviously, as we all know, E3 doesn't exist anymore. Thank God. Uh, so I guess this would be what we were trying to talk about this during the lost fucking predictions. What is the summer game season? I guess is what we could call it. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is just gonna be, like I said, a special edition podcast. No regular podcast this week because we really wanted to laser focus in on this Xbox showcase. I mean, because there's other stuff like Jeff Keighley had his Summer Games Fest on Friday. I believe he was still doing stuff on Saturday. IGN is doing their Summer of Gaming where they're talking to, they did some little announcements. They're talking to developers and all that. So there's been other stuff, like other games. Maybe we'll talk about them next week and we'll do like more of a overall with the gaming news and like other stuff. Because I'm going to assume that we really haven't paid too much attention to Keighley's thing and IGN's thing, right?
I watched
A little bit.
a bit on Friday. My friend, she told me like the event was starting because again, I don't give a shit about the Xbox. I think the only game I actually really was like interested in was Leatherhead. He's one of the cool people that did Silent Hill. So, and that was announced a couple years ago, and they actually showed some gameplay.
Was that
now.
a couple years? I thought that was 2 years ago. I thought that was 1 year ago. I thought that was last year. Slitterhead was.
Was it last year? I don't know.
That's a weird name,
It
Slitterhead.
felt like a while ago.
It's like a very like Slitterhead. Like I don't know, man. Sounds kind of weird. Like
some weird decapitation.
No, like I don't. There's just other stuff. It just sounds like like there's like that. I don't even want to say it. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about that kind of shit on the podcast.
You want to get demonetized, bro, for later in the future?
I just thought it was like. It sounded like a weird decapitation, like slit her head. I was like,
no. So dude, like when I think slit her head, like sometimes, maybe I just watch too much like those shows and other things where like like biker dudes that try to be cool. Like sometimes they refer to the vagina as a slit, so slit her head. I don't know. That's all. That's what I'm thinking.
Like, everyone's head. That's why they need to go like through focus groups. For me, I'd be like, that sounds like you're trying to like. Maybe that's what they were going. Maybe like a decapitation thing. They just need to like maybe focus group some names. But
I mean,
unrelated. Just keep going.
No. You're. Yeah, like I said, it's just a weird name, Slitterhead. Like but like I guess it's harder to come up with names now for games because, I mean, games have been around for almost 50 years now or whatever it is, or maybe just about. But yeah, eventually it's not like you can be like, all right, so guys, I came up with this new game. It's a shooter. We're gonna call it Tetris. You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay. So,
Blocks too?
huh?
Shooting blocks.
Oh, shoot blocks. Oh my god. So yeah, they had their showcase. They showed 30 games. Well, I guess I don't know. Would you guys consider it 30 games? I guess because well, they did show the trailer for Black Ops 6 before the actual thing. They showed 30 games and talked about new console editions and stuff like that. So they altogether it was about maybe 31 things they showed, even though one of them wasn't a game. But yeah, like it was jam packed. Just before we get into what games were shown, what were your overall thoughts, JJ, just on the whole thing altogether?
It was pretty cool. I was excited for a lot of the games that were announced. So very good Xbox showcase, in my opinion, compared to the other one I saw on Friday.
I saw a lot of people saying this is the best showcase ever. I was kind of disagreeing with that one. I
Yeah,
think
I was hyped, especially some of the like one game I called out during the failed not recorded podcast. They got one of my predictions right, so actually saw some stuff. So
well they got
it was actually hyped.
so okay. Just real quick, I guess. Like I think I was 1 out of 3. Because what were my predictions? I said Killer Instinct. I said Next Gen Tees and the all the Black Ops games. Were going to be released on Game Pass. So obviously no Killer Instinct 2. They didn't talk about even Call of Duty going to Game Pass, but they did say. The Call of Duty games, like releasing them. My prediction was that, like, because Black Ops 6 is coming out this year, they're going to be like, hey, and before you play Black Ops 6, catch up on the story of Black Ops. All games from the Black Ops sub-series are now on Game Pass. I thought they were going to do that. To me, it would have been a smart move. You know, you get some people like my brother was watching it with me, the showcase, and he was, they did that Black Ops 6 direct. So he was like interested because like, oh, this looks like more than just like what you normally get with Call of Duty. I was like, yeah, when it comes to Black Ops games, they try to be a little bit more innovative and everything. And so I was saying like, yeah, if you could play the Black Ops games, they're all backwards compatible. Like, yeah, like do it. So he has Game Pass. So someone like him, that's perfect. Like, oh, he could have played all the Black Ops games, but they didn't do that. But I did get the next gen tease right. I didn't say they were going to be like, oh yeah, here's the new Xbox Series X2, X or S2 or whatever. But they did confirm like we're working on next gen. We're hard work on our next gen or whatever it is. I forgot what was the word they said. They didn't say hardware, so maybe might not be. Maybe they're not trying to be like one console. Maybe that whole what do you call it? Handheld is still a thing, and that's going to be like maybe part of it.
There was on IGN, like when
Phil
Phil
Spencer
was talking to IGN.
Yeah,
he pretty much
interview
all but confirmed that it was.
Yeah, and he even said remember what I said on the damn Lost podcast, on the Lost predictions cast, that when he was asked by Ryan McCaffrey, the host of Podcast Unlocked, that if hypothetical handheld were to be made, would it be more like a Steam Deck or more? These weren't his exact words, but would it be more like a Steam Deck or more like the PlayStation Portal, like something you need to be connected to the internet? And Phil Spencer said that it would be important that games like are on the actual system. I don't remember the words he used. He was trying to not be definitive in what he said or whatever. But he basically said that like it would be important that the games are like on the system, like natively or whatever it was. So yeah, I did say that it would be important if they happen to actually end up making a handheld, that it was that like that. It had to be more like a Steam Deck or the ROG Ally or whatever other handhelds that are out right now. A Switch basically. So yeah, but yeah, no mention of an Xbox handheld. So that kind of sucked. Would have liked to see that actually become a thing, like full on reality, but I don't know.
Maybe they don't want to announce it
during like a games showcase. I think they probably are
That's the
still.
Game Award thing announcement.
Well, no, I think also probably yeah, maybe Game Awards, or maybe if they happen to do something like Gamescom, maybe they'll wait for that. I think they're still a little like wounded, I guess. Like when they showed the Xbox One, it wasn't at E3. It was at a thing beforehand when they talked
Yeah.
about the Xbox One. But if you look, when anyone talks about that, like that year's E3, everyone always talks about like, oh, at least they're not doing it like that E3 where they talked about Call of Duty and TV. I'm like, does nobody actually remember that year? That E3 they showed. I was at that E3. I was literally in person at that E3. They showed a bunch of. They did talk about like I think they said the price right of the console.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, they did talk about the console, but they didn't do it
The console they revealed when they revealed the console, the
like
Xbox
a
One, they
month
just did it, and then
beforehand.
Forza, and they just showed Forza along with it. That was it.
No, they talked about Call of Duty at that reveal, but they also talked about like, oh, you can watch TV on it. But that was an E3.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't E3, but like that's all the talk. Like that reveal, their Xbox One reveal was so bad and everything because everyone seems to lump it in with E3. So I think they're just kind of scared to maybe talk about like full on console reveals at E3 style press conferences and everything. I don't know. I mean, Xbox does like as much as Xbox does things right, for certain things or whatever. There's a lot of stuff that they do reactionary because of online sentiment and everything. But it is what it is. Um, Devin, your thoughts on the Xbox showcase? Just your overall, and how would you grade
It
it? I
was a
guess.
great showing. Like, yeah, I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10. Because obviously it's not like every game they showed off was a banger, and I know bangers.
But
Like it was.
it's important that the games they showed that there was enough that interested you, right? Like that's. I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah,
that's what
especially even the ones that I'm like not interested in. They're gonna be on Game Pass. Probably still try them out. Like,
I believe
I
everything
mean,
they showed except for World of Warcraft is all going to be on Game Pass, right?
even Dragon Age.
Maybe not that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So aside from basically those two, oh, and Assassin's Creed.
EA
Okay.
Access, right? Maybe EA Access. It's like a quick little 2-hour demo. I don't fucking know.
Probably. Oh,
yeah, there'll
yeah.
probably be like an EA Access demo, but yeah, and then maybe it'll be on soon after that. I don't know.
Well, who knows? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was a lot of like play day one with Game Pass, play day one. But keep going, Devin. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you right there.
No, you're good. But yeah, no, like it was a great showcase. Obviously, we'll get into how it ended. But for me,
Oh
like
yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
I was like, this game's not coming. I'm like, it's not happening.
I
I'm like,
know.
it's not.
You know what? So we'll get more into it. Um. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 as well. And the way they ended it probably is what put it at a 9 out of 10. Because I'm gonna be honest, I probably had it at like a 7 or an 8, maybe a 7.5 until the Gears of War E-Day reveal. But yeah, I'm with you. I was like, I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna have a Gears of War reveal. That fucking sucks. I was I was starting to get a little worried there. Like Xbox had me, kind of sweating there. But okay, they say they saved my sanity at the end because, oh my god, can you imagine if nothing was announced this year for Gears? Oh my god, that would have sucked. Um, so yeah, that's our overall thoughts. We all seem to like it. It was a good showing. Enough games to at least, and the like. That's the thing. A lot of people have always talked about like all Xbox has is shooters, and I mean to be fair, there was still a lot of shooters. I mean the whole showcase was bookended with shooters, but like there was there was like a turn-based RPG. I forgot what Expedition 33, right? Well, yeah,
That's on my radar.
yeah. There was RPGs. There was a couple like Souls likes. There was some like walking simulator, whatever type of games, like those like point and clicky adventures. You know, the Life is Strange or whatever. Obviously shooters. There's the flight sim uh, show announcement or whatever. There was a lot of different like if you're not into one style of game, there was something for everyone. Like that's what I'm supposed to say. There was something for everyone. So if someone did not like this showing, they just don't like games.
They don't like games.
They don't like games. Like there was something for everyone. And if you're an Xbox fan, like they showed out. Like they, you know, they didn't just like, okay, yeah, let's show Call of Duty and a bunch of third party stuff and maybe like Flight Simulator, you know, too, or this is that. No, they made sure when it came to their like Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda Studios and stuff, like basically their first party stuff. They made sure that you were well satisfied with what they showed. And again, when it came to like even just the Xbox game, like don't even count Bethesda or Activision, like the Xbox Game Studio stuff. You know, there was an RPG, a couple shooters, you know, like the flight sim. They, you know, it's not just one style of game, something for everyone. So, yeah. All right, let me run down what they showed. So, I don't know. You guys want to talk about each game individually? I know we talked about it beforehand, but maybe you guys were like, "Oh, let's do it this way," or whatever. Or you want me to just run down?
Let's just
down the
go through
games?
each game, and then as we have thoughts, then let's just stop.
Okay, all right. So actually, yeah, it's probably better that way. If we'll go through each game individually, but because we probably could just move on to the next game for certain ones. Because yeah, let's start off like Doom: The Dark Ages. I know Black Ops 6. They showed the trailer first, but they had their direct, so we'll get to that one last. The first actual like game shown on the showcase, Doom: The Dark Ages. It's real. That's what it's called, Doom: The Dark Ages. That was the reports, and yeah, it looked like it's set, you know, in like medieval-ish time or something.
Yeah,
it's a prequel.
It's a prequel to Doom 2016.
Yeah. So yeah, Doom: Dark Ages. I thought it looked great. It looked metal as fuck. I'm like, as soon as like they showed that, as soon as that trailer was done, I was like, I'm down. Give it to me now. I mean, you know, I liked Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal enough that like if a new Doom game came out, I was down. And this looked like they were like, it's so funny because it's a prequel, but they're ratcheting up the like chaosness or whatever you want to call it of how, like, you know, the weaponry and all this stuff. Like you could see, like, I'm like the shield that you could just throw and kill enemies with and everything. I was like, wow, this looks so good.
I know that was my one, like that was like my first prediction of like what I wanted to see, just like based off like leaks and stuff. So really glad to see that, and because I'm gonna get back into Doom and beat the DLCs for Doom Eternal. I beat all the stuff for the original Doom 2016 reboot, so I need to get back. I just, at the time something happened, I just needed to other games backlog. So then I was just like, oh, I'll come back to Doom Eternal sometime later. So I got plenty of time because obviously not coming out until next year.
Yeah.
Who knows when next year? But so I at least have 7 months because I doubt it's going to come out in January. So.
Actually, real quick, that was kind of something that I didn't like, or not that I didn't like, but that was a little disappointing with the showcase. A lot of stuff that's like when it came to like release dates for stuff, like there wasn't a lot that was just like, okay, it's coming out like like soonish. There was some that didn't have anything. Gears, yeah. No, but this one's, yeah. They showed, yeah, it was 2025, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
like, they just like, I don't mind the, like, at least give us a year, and as long as they stick to it, because maybe they're hoping it comes out. Let's say they hope it comes out in March, but it doesn't end up coming out till like October. which would make sense if it's like an October release date, just because Halloween. But
There's already some minor controversy with this with Dark Ages, because like they didn't show it on the like in the actual showcase, but then like later on in other like press releases afterward, it's coming to PlayStation, and you already see the people like, oh, there we go, Xbox releasing a game on PlayStation, yada yada yada. But I'm like, it's Doom.
Said he wants other people to play it. It's a badass game. We want as much people as fucking want to play it.
But like, I think me and Devin talked about this last week. Like, when it comes to Bethesda games and Activision games, I think you should automatically assume they're going to be like released on PlayStation and Switch. And I said that this would be smart of Xbox. Like, okay, so if it's Xbox Game Studios, it's ours. Like, I know, like I said, I think I said this last week. I know that they released a couple Xbox Game Studios games on other consoles, but they could be like, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. Ooh, excuse me. But if it's Bethesda and Activision, you can be like, oh no, we own them, but they're their own, like they're their own entity. They act on their own. Maybe some games are going to be Xbox exclusive, but for all intents and purposes, you could expect these games to like at least at some point be on other consoles. It's just like with how Sony owns Bungie, but like the agreement between them is that Bungie is still going to be its own. Like they're just owned by Sony. They're their own. They're their own entity. They're going to run themselves, do what they want, and I think that would just be smart for Xbox because you make more money that way too. And because that's the thing when it comes to Bethesda and Activision stuff, like Xbox is going to be it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. If they made these things exclusive, you're going to get a portion of the internet pissed off. You release these things on other consoles, you're getting the other portion pissed off. So might as well go the route that's going to make you more money. I don't know. But JJ, what did you think about the Doom: The Dark Ages announcement?
It's super badass. Once I saw that, I'm like, I want to play Doom. I want to play Doom right now.
Wait, you have played them, right? You said.
I played 2016. I think I almost beat Doom 2016. I never played Eternal.
You should get on that. Yeah, they're good games.
Yeah, I think when I was trying to play it, it's just something about like Arena or some bullshit. And like I don't know if that's like the weird one, but I said maybe when I'm done doing this shit, I might play it before the new Doom comes out.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm super excited. Can't wait. Doom: The Dark Ages. So the next game they showed, State of Decay 3. And it was a CG trailer, but it was also like they showed some looked like there was some gameplay in there. But I don't know. I said this to my brother when we were watching it. What is it with like zombie games? And like they have to do like these morose like kind of trailers. Because like they did that with the original like Dead Island, Riptide games. And like this one did it too, like you'll be remembered and shit like that or whatever. I'm like, that's kind of, I don't know, it's like kind of sad. But it's, I don't know. It State of Decay. I'm super like pumped. I like State of Decay games. I didn't finish State of Decay 2. Other things came out and I started playing them. But yeah, I'm super down to play a new State of Decay. Like Undead Labs makes some very good games. To the point where like I said it during the showcase to my brother. I'm like, man, I wish Microsoft would purchase the rights to Dead Rising, and Undead Labs would make Dead Rising games. Like still make a State of Decay.
Yeah, one of my guests, I think after the little prediction thing that we had on the Lost podcast, I was like, oh, dude, Dead Rising would have been cool to see, but
Dead Rising's dead. Like Capcom ain't gonna do anything
yeah,
with it.
after 4, yeah.
After 4, like they're not gonna do anything with Dead Rising. They just I think they closed the studio or something, or they let them go. Blue Castle Studios. Well, they became Capcom Vancouver when they got bought or whatever. But like I want to say they closed the studios or they scaled them. They scaled the studio back or something like that. Where it's just like, yeah,
Or merged it with another one.
yeah, something. I don't remember. Dead Rising, that franchise is gone. They're not bringing it back. It's I'm so. That's why I'm like, fuck, man. I wish Microsoft would buy them or like just someone who's willing to do something with Dead Rising because I like the Dead Rising games, but whatever. I don't know. Let's
I
not.
liked it too. They're kind of like funny, brainless like games you can just fuck around.
Yeah, the games you could turn your fucking. Well, maybe not the first one so much. Turn your brain off or whatever. You do have to like pay attention, but like they're just over the top, stupid, funny, good, just good games to just like. Especially like if you do decide like at this point I'm just gonna kind of fuck around because like that first one you probably would want to level up a bit before actually trying to do the story. Um, yeah, yeah, I would have. Yeah, I don't know.
That makes you off the record. I
Huh?
think that makes it where there's no time limit.
Oh yeah,
I think it's Devin like that one because there's no time limit being rushed on that game.
Yeah,
Or you could, I think, put it.
time limit was
I think it was
fucking
optional.
ass.
I don't know. I've never time limit's fine.
Like Pikmin, so Pikmin is used to that. I'm used to that fucking time limit per day thing.
Um,
I don't know. I just wanted to be able to fuck around and kill zombies.
yeah. So
Like,
State of Decay 3, guys. Your thoughts on it? Let's just go ahead and we're gonna get sidetracked way too hard on that.
Anyways, I'm excited. State of Decay 2 when it came out, I remember was kind of a buggy piece of crap, like a little bit. So hopefully they learn their lesson and this one's not buggy.
Yeah, that's true. It did have a lot of issues. I think that's why I stopped playing. I think the issues just got a little too much.
Yeah,
I was just like,
so
I just never got back.
don't. So it better not be a buggy piece of crap, or else I'm gonna be kind of pissed. Because I mean, I really liked the first one, and then I was hyped for the second one, and then it was buggy, and I was like, "Come on!" It's kind of like how it was with Sea of Thieves. Like I was excited for Sea of Thieves when it came out, and then it was buggy.
There was a
and I
lot of
was just like,
issues. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
and then now it's a good game, but I'm like, okay, it's like it's a little too
It's
late.
at that point where you're like, yeah, but I don't feel like going back. I get you.
Mm-hmm.
If it played great the first time, you probably would stick around. Maybe even like, oh, there's
Yeah.
something new. Go back to it a bit. Yeah, I get you. I get you. JJ, what you think of State of Decay 3?
but I don't know. I never really played the State of Decay games. I think me and Sam played like when 2 came out, and I don't know. It was kind of slow. It's one of those games that's kind of single slow to me.
Okay, so you're not a State of Decay fan per se. I get you.
Like, not a crazy fan. Like, I'll play it because again, it's on Game Pass. Who gives a shit? And like maybe the third one will make me want to play.
They do
more,
have co-op, so
Yeah, so like that's what me and Sam were playing.
I mean, like, yeah. Usually games, even bad games, can be good with co-op. You just get to play with your buddies. I don't remember. Devin, do you remember if they had like more than 2-player co-op?
I'm pretty sure it was 4-person, but
I have to look it up. Yeah, I'm not remembering. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next game. I don't have to. If you guys have words on this one, cool. But Dragon Age: The Veilguard, I don't care. I don't care.
I love the first Dragon Age 2. I was like, okay, this is fine. Then Inquisition, I never really got into, and then yeah, I don't know. And yeah, the trailer was kind of like, I don't know. what do all the kids like in their trailers? Like, what do Marvel trailers look like? It's
I
kind of fun.
when they finished showing the trailer, when the trailer finished, I literally my exact words to my brother were like, "That shit was so by the numbers." Like, how can we make this just as like appealing as possible to like the casual audience or something? Like that was so. It was so like, ugh. Like, oh yeah, let's make it a little bit funny. And like they had the thing like we need to find a leader, and this is all the shit is happening in the back. I'm like, oh, wow, you're so funny. Wow, okay, yeah. Oh, I don't know. It annoyed me. That kind of shit annoys me. It, it annoys me when it's something I probably am not
I'm not
gonna
really
like.
a big fan of Dragon Age. But
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're bad games. I just never really played them.
that's the thing.
I bought 2 in Inquisition. And it was like meh.
That's the thing. I
The
did.
first one's the best one.
Yeah, it's the best one. It is. I like the first one. Dragon Age Origins was good. Um, but yeah, I've not cared about a Dragon Age game since. I just don't care. And this one, especially too, like it looks like they're going like a newer art style or different art style. And I'm just like, okay.
But I guess Inquisition's like in a better place now than it was at launch.
Oh, that one
So
launched
I
too
don't
with
know.
some issues, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. All right, yeah. It doesn't look like we have a lot to say. We'll go ahead and move to the next one. The Shattered Space expansion. They showed that off, and talked about a new update for Starfield. That's today. I don't remember what was happening. The creation the creation kit was coming in, so anyone who mods and stuff from the community can now be played in Starfield. And yeah, I can't wait for Shattered Space. I loved Starfield. I know it's not a popular enough game. A lot of people were either disappointed or straight out hate that game, but I think they're all stupid because I think they just want to hate it because it's an Xbox game now or whatever, or because Xbox owns Bethesda. But no, I Shattered Space or Starfield from beginning to end. I just yeah, I enjoyed every second of that game. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, sign me up. Day one, I'm gonna play that DLC. Devin, you got any thoughts on it?
I'm excited for it. Because I mean the 30 frames bothered me, so I'm excited. Like I'll get back into it
they have it
with
at
the 60 frames.
frames now.
I know. Yeah, so I just need to find some time to get back into it. Doom just interest the hype for that just got me into it more, but I will get back in and play Starfield. Probably even by the time I fucking want to play Starfield, they'll have the second expansion out. So,
What about you, JJ?
It looked cool. I'll probably download it a lot later, but I don't think I'm gonna play it right away. But yeah, I really like that weird, creepy vibe, like space alien vibe thingy. I'm surprised there wasn't a lot more of that just hiding in there. I know there was a few spaceships that kind of like alien references, but this one was like actually kind of like creepy.
Okay, let's see. After the Shattered Space, they talked about a Fallout expansion, Fallout 76 expansion. I guess they're adding a new area to Fallout 76, and you'll be able to vault. What? There's a new vault that you could visit, Vault 63. So yeah, they even like the way the announcement trailer and everything was just like it was pretty cool. I liked it. It was like referencing how many players are now playing because I think the game's now over like 11 or 12 million players. Um, I mean, obviously, ever since the show, Fallout has been has gained a lot more popularity. So a game like Fallout 76 was a good one for people to try and like get into, if especially because they fixed it up now and everything. So, but yeah, I don't remember if they even had a name for the damn update or expansion. I just remember that they're adding stuff to it.
Skyline Valley.
Oh,
Skyline.
Sky. I don't know. I thought you fucking Sky Valley.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't you play Ghoul now? I think with Fallout 76, that new
Oh yeah, was
update.
that part of it, right? That you could play as a ghoul or something, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Players can now be a ghoul.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I played a little bit of Fallout 76. I enjoyed what I was playing, but I don't think I'd get back into it. Yeah. And
No,
then,
the last time I played that, I fucking deleted it. Never went going back again. Don't give a shit.
yeah, I kind of don't. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong.
It,
It's Fallout, and I do like Fallout, but I don't know. I think it's just what we were talking about not too long ago, a little while ago, where the game launched like not in a great state, and it's in a good state now, or great state now. But now I'm at a point where it's just like it's just too late for me to want to get into it. So, but hey, cool, new expansion and everything. Like anyone who's still playing that game, like regularly, they got something new to look forward to. I don't know, Devin, you gonna try and get into it, or is just like, it's cool, but
It's too late for like I I was so hyped for Fallout 76 before it first came out. I got the collector's edition.
that's right,
Like
you did, huh?
I was so excited because I mean I loved all the Fallout games. Like even like Fallout 4, even though people like that one's divisive. Like I love all things Fallout. So yeah, I was bummed when it came out in the state that it did, but I mean, what are you gonna do? But yeah, no, I think it's just too late because it's just like everyone. I mean, like if you get stuck in a server with someone else that's been playing since launch, you can kind of like I don't know these games that like I mentioned earlier, like Sea of Thieves or whatever. You got all these people that have been playing for so long, and then now you're just kind of behind the eight ball. I'm just like, I kind of missed the boat. That's why like I was excited to go back and play Fallout 4 when they did the update because I'm like, it's a single player game. Like it's the Fallout that I like, and I can be where I am. It doesn't really matter what everyone else is doing. So
Yeah.
but no, I'm happy that they are continuing to support it, just like they do with Elder Scrolls Online and all that stuff. Like they're doing a good job of actually fixing the game. So I'm glad they are like and all free expansions too. So they're not making people pay for the shit, which is nice.
Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, it's always free or something. Yeah. No. After Fallout 76 expansion, Expedition 33. This one I don't care. Again, I'm not into JRPGs. Like the last one I was really into was Xenogears, and if you follow me on Twitter, I will always say Xenogears for a game that needs a remake or whatever. When you see those kinds of like posts, I'm always saying Xenogears needs to make a return in some way, or needs to be finished because I mean obviously you guys don't care enough, but like that game famously, I don't know, maybe infamously would be the better term used. Wasn't finished. It it was like rushed at the end, and they just kind of did what they did. So when it comes to JRPGs, though, I'm just not. Expedition 33. Anyone who's excited, JJ, you said that's on your radar, right? So I'll let you go ahead and wax poetic about it.
There's a game called Shadow Hearts, like on the PS2 days. Like it has the same thing where it's like a turn-based JRPG where instead of just like you tell the character, hey, go attack this guy, but there's like like the little first I want to say like a compass comes out and round, you have to like time it, and it looks like that has like the same timing effects, kind of I guess like Paper Mario 2, but I just like that instead of just really dumbed down turn-based game, it's like a little extra thing, and it plays like Shadow Hearts. Maybe it's like if you fuck up the combo, it just ends the combo. on that. And so like, oh, this attack can hit 3 times, but if you fuck up on the third, you only hit twice, and you lose damage, and that might actually cost your run. But I don't know. I like that kind of stuff. It looks pretty fun. If it's on Game Pass, I'm gonna be trying it out.
That is true. The Game Pass helps with a lot of like, I may not be into this, but I'll try it.
Yeah, I'll try it out.
That kind of stuff. Yeah. For me, I already know. I'm not. I'm just not into JRPGs. I thought like, oh, because like I don't enjoy the newer Final Fantasies, and I did enjoy like that's when I was no, I did enjoy Final Fantasy 8. I did actually finish that game and everything. But I played like I think it's Final Fantasy 4. I don't remember. It was like they had like a remake on the DS or 3DS or whatever, or not a remake, but like a re-release or something. They did have a remake.
It came out for Final Fantasy. They had a Final Fantasy 3 come out on DS too.
Well, I think it's Final Fantasy 4. I want to say it's that one. You play as a character named Cecil or some shit, and he's like a dragon knight or something.
It's 4.
That's 4. Yeah, okay. So
Because
I've only
3 is
really
like you're a kid that's in a tunnel.
Yeah.
That falls in.
So
Whatever.
I've only really played. Yeah, I've only played 4 and 8. But I just don't. I've like not care about like the Final Fantasy 7 remake of Final Fantasy 14 and 15 or 16, whatever it is. I'm not. I don't care. I thought it was because like those ones are more like action uh oriented or whatever. But like I just even when I see a turn-based RPG that's JRPG, I don't care. So I don't know. Devin?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a JRPG guy, so it doesn't interest me. Like, I don't have any interest. I'm happy that Microsoft expands their portfolio, but for me personally, as a game that I'll be playing, that's a big NO.
Yeah. After Expedition 33, they showed this one I'm actually still excited about. I like the art style. It was South of Midnight. That like they showed gameplay finally. Although it was weird, they showed like barely any gameplay, but they still showed something. I guess they just wanted to show off like how it's gonna play because when they're showing the cutscenes, it has that like it's it's like framey and all that stuff. Obviously, you kind of can't have that as the actual gameplay because it would just be kind of weird the way like it's stuttery and everything. Um, I think that's probably why they showed some gameplay just to be like, yeah, it's not like that. But what they did show, yeah, got me more excited because when was that last year that they announced it? It had to be last year. I don't think that was 2 years ago. When they announced it last year, I was like, this looks interesting, and this just got me more like, okay, yeah, I want to play this. I'm very down to play this game. I like the art style, the music they were having to like show like, oh, it's very like, oh yeah, we're in the South. We got that Southern flavor and everything. Um, yeah, and it looks like it's like they're doing a little bit like soul style combat or whatever. Like there was a few games like that, but yeah, uh, Game Pass, and I think that one was coming out next year, right? I forgot to write down like years and release dates. I think that one's coming out next year. But yeah, no, I'm very much looking forward to South of Midnight. What about you guys?
Yeah, South of Midnight's going to be a good one.
Well, because too that I I like because from Compulsion Games they did that what was the name of that game? We Happy Few. I think that's what it's called. I liked like the aesthetic and like the like when they had that trailer to announce it, like the premise of like it's kind of creepy and you don't know like what exactly is going on and why is it like this and all this stuff. But like when I played the actual game, I wasn't very interested. I see what they were trying to do, but this one seems more like they just want to make it straight up like, here's like like an action adventure game, and I'm very much into that. So uh, that's yeah. JJ,
I'm down to play it.
that I guess that's all you have to say. I'm down to play it.
Yeah, it's ready. Yeah, I'm down to play it, dude. That's actually another.
All right, okay. Let's go ahead. I think this one we don't have much we're gonna talk about. Maybe JJ. World of Warcraft. It was just a trailer that was like just about World of Warcraft, right? Like they talked about or not talked about. They showed
It's just the new expansion that's talking about, and it's just other cosmic being, obviously, from another fucking shit, looking at the characters of what they all fucking were capable of, and it's a higher power. Like, yeah, that's right. You have to do all that, go to hell and back, all this shit, fight these guardian titan dragons and shit. Well, I'm the bigger baddie here, kind of shit. Like, okay. And that's the only thing I don't like about the WoW story. It's like, okay, there's kind of some demons, but don't worry, there's a demon that's actually stronger than that demon that you fucking killed, and he's the next raid boss. And guess what? After you kill that fucking dude, there's another fucking demon that's stronger than that fucking demon.
I
It's just
mean,
fucking stupid.
you know,
That was just the
they
whole fucking shit.
in these types of games, these like persistent online games, MMOs and stuff. Like, I think obviously about this kind of stuff, JJ, but it's power creep, right? Like, it even kind of applies to like bosses and
Fire
stuff
Creep,
like that.
fucking WoW already condensed all their shit. So and now instead of everything being like level 120, like fucking
But I'm
7
just
years
saying,
ago,
like, it's just the
I was
thing
level
of like
60.
as things progress, things get stronger, other things become irrelevant. But it even has to
The
do
only
with
thing
characters.
with that storytelling though, it's just like, hey, guess what? Some demon from another dimension comes out of fucking buttfuck nowhere, and here we are for a boss fight. Like, okay, like whatever. This
Like
is
I
horse
said,
shit.
it's just a
That's
like
lazy writing, in my
it's,
opinion.
but I don't think it's lazy writing. I think it's like you're kind of in a corner. It's just like with going out of the realms of even just video games. Like we'll use the MCU as an example. Thanos, as the wait, Mike. Yeah, it's
Oh,
Thanos,
that's why
right?
the MCU is kind of trash now.
No, not
Yeah,
Thanos.
MCU after and Thanos, fucking that was it. Like Iron Man dead, that means the whole fucking MCU's dead. Like it's over. Like that's it. Like maybe getting the characters that were built like the storylines for some of the main characters. Like for instance, like there's a guy that's the leader of the Horde back in Pandaria, like that expansion with pandas. Was Garrosh, and his fucking leadership for the Horde was just we want to kick ass and fucking take names. That's literally what he fucking thought. There was nothing else to it. Oh, what's their problem with this political shit? I don't give a fuck. Kill them and take their land. That's literally what their fucking shit was. I was Alliance, so he's had to like obviously you can't do that kind of shit, and then at the end of the expansion, he like infuses himself with the fucking goddamn like weird goo shit, kind of like Venom, essentially. Like that kind of symbiote. So he gets even more fucking powerful as fucking. Since the guy's already batshit fucking crazy, it expanded his fucking insanity shit like tenfold. That was just badass fight because the guy was already badass, already from the fucking first place. And the raid was dope as shit. Then it's just like other cosmic beings of bullshit of fucking horse shit. It's dumb as fuck, in my opinion. I just don't like how this just brings some random bad guy that we maybe talked about 3 expansions ago finally come out of nowhere. I think to Thanos, you fucking have him in fucking what, like 7 movies or something. The fuck,
Well, I'm
a
just
couple
saying,
movies
like you
at the
kind of
end.
have to, especially to like, I don't know, because
Shadowlands fucking writing was fucking horrendous.
I'm just saying,
I think that's what they fucking have.
maybe that's why they're doing the War Within, because as far as I can
They
remember,
already have like maybe the War Within might be a little better because they have like a built storyline. I think that the War Within,
but that's what I'm saying. I think they need to
already
do
like
something
had
where
this.
that's what I'm saying. I think they need this because they were like, we need to have like maybe like some bad guy that spans a certain amount of time because as far as I know, like they've always had like bad guys that were there, but there wasn't anything like this one singular like this is the big bad of all big bads. I mean, there was what was the name of that dragon for Cataclysm and everything, and then
Yeah, like he got insane, and then there was like in Dragonflight they do talk about that shit, but but see, like it's already a developed character in the game, and he eventually goes fucking crazy, and then he just destroys the fucking world. Like, okay, that's it, and he's like you saw the giant dragon, he's massive, fucking big dick everywhere. Yeah, he ain't no bitch. So I thought it was pretty cool. And maybe this guy's trying to be, I know, not Thanos, because the main baddie in fucking Shadowlands was essentially the same story was fucking Thanos. Like, he had to get his own gauntlet and get all the fucking power stones from all the 4 areas and shit. Just kind of like fucking, it's fucking gauntlet shit. Infinity Gauntlet, but maybe new writers after this whole, the whole deal with fucking Blizzard being all fucking shitty company. Maybe this starting fresh. Hopefully, this expansion is fun, exciting. Like the thing with Dragonflight they got was like the mounts flying thing was really cool. So I'm excited to bring it back to the whole game because War Within. It's gonna be hopefully fun. Like I probably won't play at launch. I'll probably play later because I'll probably be playing Final Fantasy 14 on expansion Dawn Trail. But I most likely will play the expansion for a while
I get
later.
I get what you mean about like hopefully this is good because like obviously it's not an MMO, but the equivalent for me would be like Destiny. After Lightfall, I was just like, fuck, man, like this was a bad campaign. I mean, like this because they do their seasonal. Well, not anymore. Oh, excuse me. They did their seasonal model where they're like, oh, doing this and that, but it was just like I don't know. It was a disappointment. So when the final shape was coming up, I'm like, please, please bring this back to the Destiny that I want it to be. And it did. The final shape came out last Tuesday, and oh my god, it was great. Thank fucking god.
Dude, I heard the fucking last shit was like a 12 fucking man
No,
factory or
oh
some
my god.
shit.
Okay, so let me. All right, I want to talk about this for a bit. Let me get into my little. Let's do the Destiny minute for a second. So yeah, the final shape expansion came out, and they did the thing where like the Taken King expansion, where like oh you fight the boss as like the final, like he's the final boss of the campaign, but you don't beat him, he retreats. And one thing I was worried about, but I swear I had remembered, and I was correct after all, was that like so yeah they did the Salvation's Edge raid, um, and that came out on Friday, and the Witness is the final boss of the raid, and that's what they did with the Taken King and King's Fall raid. But I was like, please let like because it sucks. I'm mainly a solo player. I don't get to play raids. I don't have enough. I don't have anyone to play with. Like even the people I do play with like end up playing like a lot of other stuff. So like I don't get to play a lot of the raid stuff. I would at least that's why I wish you guys were more into Destiny because at least the dungeons are 3-player things. Like that would be cool to be able to at least play the dungeons. But so when it comes to that, I was like, I was a little worried that I was like, I'm not going to be able to experience like the ending of this game because it's locked behind a 6-player event that you need to find people for and everything. But what they did was, which I was like so glad, and like I said, I swear I remember them saying that like there was going to be like one more story thing after the raid. Was once a team beat the raid, they unlocked. It's called Excision. It's a 12-player activity, but it's matchmaking. So it's not like and obviously it's dumbed down. It's just you're just fighting enemies up until you fight the Witness, which is the final big bad. And yeah, you fight him, and it was fucking cool. Like I've never been more like hyped when it came to like doing some kind of gaming event or whatever than that. Like obviously there's 10 years of build up or 10 plus years of build up when it comes to Destiny. We've been, for Destiny players like me, we've been building toward this one fight for so long, and to finally be able to just do it and go through it, and it was like awesome. And even like the little cutscene beforehand where like the Zavala character, who was previously voiced by Lance Reddick, but he unfortunately passed away. He's voiced by Keith David, the guy who does like Arbiter and Spawn or whatever. Like he does like his like we're here to stop the witness and blah blah. The big speech before the final battle. During that, I was a little like I was kind of like sad because I'm like, man, Lance Reddick deserved to be able to be right here, like to voice the character for this moment and everything. But yeah, oh man, the Final Shape expansion. I'm gonna do a review most likely on Tuesday. I wanted to wait a week for story stuff and everything because I want to, but like little preview of my review. Uh, yeah, I very much loved the expansion. So, like, that'll give you an idea of most likely how I'll score it or whatever. But yeah, it that's Destiny though. So, let's go ahead and move on. So what were we talking about? World of Warcraft. Okay, so next game in the showcase, Metal Gear Solid 3, the remake. Uh, I mean, I'm gonna play it. I want to play it. I love Metal Gear Solid 3. I think that's the best Metal Gear Solid. I know, Devin, you're not a huge Metal Gear Solid guy because you think Kojima's a little up his own ass, right? But this isn't. Kojima's not doing this
Yeah,
now.
I tried to
So.
play. I tried to play like the Metal Gear Solid 5. Dude, I could not get into it, man. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get into it. Just like I don't know what it was.
So safe to say, like, you're not
Like I
full
don't know.
on.
Maybe maybe because 3 is a little like more grounded. Like if it's on Game Pass, like I'll play it.
I don't
So,
think this one's on Game Pass. I think it was just. It's something you'd
yeah.
have to
Then
buy. Which I
well,
mean,
if
I'll
you buy
buy
it
it. I am
digitally,
gonna buy it.
then
I'm gonna buy it.
yeah. So like I'll try it, see if it's like. Cause I don't know. It could just take one game to get me into it. Like I don't know. Like I was never really a big RPG guy, and I'm into Western RPGs. Like I remember growing up, I wasn't really into them. Like I didn't play an RPG. Like my first RPG till like 360 days. Like I didn't play any on like older systems. So it just takes one.
You know what? That's true. Like, yeah, I wasn't into like RPG, like Western RPGs either until Oblivion. Like, I didn't like there was Star Wars KOTOR, Jade Empire that I kind of played. I Oh man, I'm burping a lot. I'm drinking a soda here. Sorry guys. I did play them and I played through them, but I wasn't like. I think the only reason I very much enjoyed KOTOR, enjoyed KOTOR, is a Star Wars game. I liked Star Wars. We're not gonna get into that, but I was like, yeah, give me that. I didn't really enjoy Jade Empire that much, and like I wasn't like a huge Fable guy. I played through them, but like even at the time, I wasn't like an Xbox fan. I was a PlayStation guy, so it's kind of funny the switch. I don't really like JRPGs now, and I'd rather play a Western RPG. And I'm not a PlayStation guy; I'm an Xbox guy. Funny how that works. Um, so I mean, that probably contributed to me not really caring about these types of RPGs. But obviously, once I played Oblivion, like I was just like, yeah, maybe it's more Bethesda, because it's not like I play every Western RPG that comes out. I mean, I do like Mass Effect. Well, a couple of them, I guess. I mean, I like 3, but yeah, I don't really care about Andromeda. That's what's called. Yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda.
That was trash.
Yeah. And you know what? Yeah, maybe it is more like Mass Effect and Bethesda RPGs because I don't really care about Dragon Age. We discussed this earlier, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3. I want to play. So it's a remake of my favorite of the Metal Gear Solid games. So and it looks like they're not trying to like do like change it up or anything. They just want to like let's make it look prettier. Maybe they might do some different stuff, but it looks like it's just Metal Gear Solid 3, but prettier. So I don't know. JJ, you gonna play it?
not to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of.
Like it looks good. Just meh.
No, It is a
I'm
Kojima
glad you'll
game.
have fun with it. Like I don't mind Kojima game. It's just I don't know. I just don't want to. There's so much shit you can do in that game. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
out of the you know how it is. It's just so crazy what
yeah.
you
I
can do
get
in
you.
that game, and it just.
I get you. I get you. All right,
I'm
let's
not
just
saying
go
it's like I
ahead.
don't like it as a shit game, but it
No,
looks
no.
it looks fun. Like, but I won't get it.
Let's just go ahead and move on to the next thing. There's a Sea of Thieves update where what you could be the villain or something. I guess you can be more like which when when I was watching the showcase and they said that I'm like have they not played Sea of Thieves themselves? When I played Sea of Thieves, people were already a villain, blowing my shit up every chance they got. I'm like, wasn't everyone already a villain? I don't know. That was another reason I kind of stopped playing because yeah, there was the issues, but every time I was just getting fucking blown up by another ship, and I'm just like, I don't want to play this anymore. Like I can't do anything.
I literally sent a reel about it earlier today. It's like there was like some guy on a dock, just like waving to another like ship, and then just shoot a cannon, just blow this dude up. I was just like, yeah, that's why I don't want to play Sea of Thieves right now. There's
Well,
you
I
got
mean
all these like people that are
they
just.
have their like you can play.
I know, but like I don't know if you want like the full experience of like
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know.
It was like me, Tom, and my friend Ryan. We were playing and we were literally getting camped. About like this big boat just blowing up our ship and we couldn't even get to the fucking ship. Because like once your ship's blown up, you have to wait for it to spawn. You're stuck on the island, and then once you get in your ship, it just gets blown up again. And you're like, this is dumb as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
it's
don't
gonna
know.
do to it. Maybe it was pretty fun when you do have treasure and you get fucking chased or something. Like, dude, like, oh fuck, we got treasure, go, go, try to get to the base,
Yeah,
dude, and claim it.
yeah.
It had its moments.
It had its moments, but yeah,
It's like every game.
I don't know. I'm gonna say we all are just not most
Yeah,
likely
It's
not
cool
gonna
for
I'm
play.
it's
It's
cool for
cool,
the Sea of Thieves guys.
but yeah, I'm not getting back into Sea of Thieves anytime soon. So, and I say yeah, you guys obviously same. So let's just move to the next game. Uh, if you guys have anything, if you guys are excited about this game, I'll let you guys talk about it. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. I don't care. That game hasn't looked interesting to me, so I don't know. If you guys have
What's
anything to say,
Flintlock again? Is that the pairing looking game, right?
I'm not even.
Or which
This is
one was
how
that one?
much I'm gonna tell you right now because they've talked about it before. When I saw it was a Flintlock game, I was like, I just checked out. I don't remember. I don't remember anything about the game because I've checked out on that game. Because a couple times before that they've shown it, I was just like, I don't care about this, like at all, just at all. So if that's how the mechanics or whatever the game is about or how the game works, I'm not gonna be able to tell you because I just have not. Yeah,
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Check
like a
out
third person
if I think it is
RPG.
a third person RPG.
Yeah, the studio they worked on a game called Ashen. I can't remember that one
they worked on
back in the
Ashen.
day.
That was
Hmm.
them. That's weird because I actually like
Yeah,
Ashen. I did not know that they worked on that game. That's
yeah. So
that's funny, but that
Yeah.
makes.
Oh, if
I
I
mean, that's
think of
happened
what it is,
before.
I think I might like it. I think I was kind of interested, kind of like, it piqued my interest.
I think that's why my brother probably said it looks like a Souls like Flintlock.
Yeah,
Usually, I'm very much into Souls likes, so but I don't know. Every time they've showed that game, I'm just not interested at all. So I don't know. I don't know. Should I move on to the next one?
yeah, go for it.
yeah, that's what I like. I'll play it.
Oh.
That's fun to see it.
It is going to be on Game Pass, so I mean, maybe I might try it out and I'll eat my fucking words. So we'll see. I don't know. Next game they showed Age of Mythology Retold. It's a remake, right? That's what it is.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it looked pretty interesting, and weird. Like choose a god and you have like all their abilities and shit, like Raw coming up, fucking using like sun powers and shit, which is kind of cool. Vikings and shit, it's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an RTS, so like I mean, like the one I've kind of. There's only one RTS that I've really semi enjoyed, which was a Halo Wars
Age of
game.
Empires. Oh, Halo Wars. Oh my man.
I'm not an RTS guy. Like when it comes to strategy games, the only type of strategy that I've like the strategy games that I've been more into were like well, I've never played any XCOM games, but like there was that Mario and Rabbids. That one was fun. I have the first one at least on my Switch. Gears Tactics. I haven't finished it, but I enjoyed what I was playing. I do plan on finishing Gears Tactics because I want to do at some point on my channel, especially now that they announced a new game. I want to do like a retrospective on Gears, so I'm gonna play through it at some point. But I don't know, man. Like RTS is the RTS genre, like something that I've never like. Yeah, Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, uh, fucking StarCraft, Warcraft. I don't know.
It's too hard for too complicated for you. We get it.
No, it's just that like I don't know. It's not that it's too complicated because it's the same reason. I don't know. When I want to play a game, I don't want to have to. It's the same reason I don't like what are those fucking games called that are on the Nintendo games that everyone seems to like, where you have to like build up a community, stuff like that. I don't like micromanaging things. When I want to play a game, I want to kind of turn my brain off and just play it, not have to worry about like you know anything else. Like so, it's not that I won't play a game where I have to micromanage things. I do enjoy Minecraft, so you have to like there's a lot of stuff you have to like watch out for and all this stuff or whatever. But like I don't know, you having to like okay, I got to make these and I got to do this and these units are what I should be doing and whatever else. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I can't. There's not much I can say. I'm not into having to worry about
Yeah, I get
so
it.
much other stuff.
I hope if they do, I hope it's like if it's on like when it's on console, I hope it supports keyboard and mouse because
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure it
know,
will.
real-time strategy games, yeah, they aren't the best if you have to use like if you're
I
gonna
think
have to
that's
use
why.
like your fucking
But I think that's why I've
controller.
enjoyed Halo Wars more. See that's probably even the biggest thing. Like to really like enjoy an RTS, you kind of need the mouse and keyboard because of how much you need to like so you could do this, do that, do whatever. And I think that's why I enjoyed Halo Wars more because those are built to use a controller. But also at the same time, using a controller just I don't know, it doesn't work for RTS games apparently. Because even Halo Wars, as good as they are, like clearly you could tell like it's better to use the mouse and keyboard. So I don't know. I don't know. Are you guys looking forward to that?
Game Pass. Okay, I like that. I like playing those RTS games. I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Yeah, I might give it a shot. We'll see.
We're gonna move
Depends
on to the
like
next
when it
game.
comes out, what else is coming out at the time.
We're gonna move on to the next game. I'm gonna let you guys talk about it. I got to do something real quick. I'll be back in a few minutes, but I'll just let you guys talk about it. Perfect Dark. So I'll let you guys go ahead and
Yeah,
talk about it for now. But Perfect Dark, they showed it real quick. I enjoyed what they showed. They showed some gameplay. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna play it. But go ahead, you guys. I'll be right back.
That's cool. What do you think, Devin? Is it cool?
yeah, no, Perfect Dark's gonna
Yeah.
be good. I'm glad they're finally bringing it back. I mean, it's a
It's a
franchise
reboot,
that
right? They're like rebooting the series right
yeah,
now.
yeah, it's a reboot. So I'm glad they're finally bringing the franchise back because everyone's been wanting it. Everyone's been wanting a Perfect Dark. Like ever since Perfect Dark Zero was kind of fucking
Yeah, trash. Launch 360 title and then never brought up again.
Yeah, like so. What? Probably 15 years. Fucking old.
No, it's got to be at least almost 20. It's like 18.
Okay.
It came out in 2006 with that, like a cameo, all that stuff.
Yeah. So I wish it was coming out this year, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I wish they were bringing back like Banjo-Kazooie and Viva Pinata as well. I wouldn't mind seeing some of those games come back.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we knew Perfect Dark was a thing, but it was nice to see more of it, which was nice. But that's all we really have to say on that one. We can just fart around, I guess, till ever gets back.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I was saying that the action looks pretty cool. Like the way it looked badass as shit. Like a futuristic James Bond kind of style. But again, that's a kind of was already played like.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
it kind of looks
I
like
don't know if it's one of those things where
you have like the see through the walls, not like, but like see through the smoke and stuff, and you're shooting people. So it looks good.
I'm super pumped for like that shooter. Like I said, there's a lot of shooter, but though that's the one I'm actually excited for. That was the one I called out to see something. And it's right, Crystal Dynamics. Hey, so yeah. So I think they're going to do a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
All right, guys, I'm back. We're still talking about Perfect Dark, right?
Kind of
We're
feel we're
done.
like wrapping it up.
No,
We don't need to talk about it anymore.
okay. Just real quick. I guess I'll add to it. But yes, I was enjoying it. It doesn't look like a game that is dealing with setbacks or anything. There's been a lot of talk that game was having development issues. It looks like it's coming together, so we'll see.
Yeah,
Still,
that's what I mentioned. Like I heard that those reports are actually false, and like it actually is coming along. I mentioned that in the podcast, the one that someone messed up on. I'm not gonna say who.
whatever. All right, we're moving to the next game. Diablo 4 expansion. That was the next thing they showed. Was it Vessel of Hatred? Sorry, I'm not.
Self hatred.
I'm not into. I've tried to play the Diablo games because what, Devin? We played through Diablo 3, right? Yeah, Diablo 3 because Diablo 2 had the remake. And then I played part of Diablo 2 remake with you guys, and I have not even. I put like maybe 10 minutes into Diablo 4.
Too.
Huh?
Well, last time I played Diablo 2 was like whenever the last time you played.
Yeah, I don't know. I've tried to get into Diablo
I think
for so long, and I'm just not into them. So I don't know. I just can't get into them. So, but I know you guys have to be at least a little excited, right? Because I know you guys were super looking forward to Diablo 4.
JJ probably more than me. I mean, I haven't beaten 4 yet, so.
Cinematic look cool, but again, all Diablo cinematics look fucking dope as shit.
All Blizzard
see what they're
cinematics are
announcing,
fucking god tier.
Yeah, and they're
That
going
was
the
oh my
shit.
god, that was actually something I was just like that trailer they had. Wow.
Where they like rip the girls, like
Dude,
split her arms.
Yeah,
and
when
into
they started
pieces.
doing that in the trailer, I was just like, holy fuck. That is one thing that I'm gonna Devin, you said it, but like that's one thing about Blizzard. When it comes to their fucking trailers, man, like they're holy shit. Like I've never been more impressed by like trailers than what Blizzard does. And this is going back to like when I did play a little bit of World of Warcraft. That's why I started playing because I was so like impressed by the Burning Crusade trailer. And I was like, I want to play this. This looks cool. Obviously, when you play World of Warcraft, it doesn't look anything like that, but still, like
Hmm.
Yeah, like oh man, that trailer they had. Yeah, I may
The
not
class
like
is gonna be
the
as
new
well.
the new class.
I thought they said they're bringing a new class as well for the game expansion.
I wouldn't know about.
Like these like there's new classes and new area and all that stuff. Like, oh cool. And then they just showed off the trailer and that was it. They're probably gonna be talking about something other shit later down the road.
Mm. All right, so next game. This one I am super excited, but I'm also a little bit. I don't know. I'm a little confused. But they showed off Fable, new trailer for Fable. I'm super excited for Fable to come back. The thing is, I don't know if you guys got this from it. Does it look like they're not gonna do like a created character? Like it's just gonna be the story is focused on this chick. It looks like she's actually gonna be the only playable character. I don't know. That's what I was getting from the trailer. It's just I don't know. I could be wrong.
That's such a weird way that they did it that way. It has to be make your own character. I think they just chose a woman for this one because just be weird. It's just like the first three were male characters were the main ones. They probably just threw a chick as the main one. So they're like, oh yeah, we're just only male stuff or whatever.
Well, I mean, it's just it. I don't know, cause it. I'm saying it looks like it's not even going to be like a created character at all. Like it just.
I bet you they'll let you create a character. It'd be weird for them to go deviate that
Yeah, that's
far.
literally the point of Fable. Is you create your character and do what the fuck you want with it. And it's weird, like, oh, I'll play as a chick now. Like, okay, you can't no customizing character. That's such a fucking spin in the face.
That's one thing I'm
I
like,
think it's
yeah.
just. I think it's just one of those things where they just, yeah, like JJ said. I think they just chose to have a narrator to indicate that there will be some narration, but I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's necessarily saying that. Oh, you're just gonna get this like out like here's your character like because like I mean Fallout 4 like I don't know you get your character. I don't think they're gonna go that route, but we'll see.
You might be right. I don't know. It just seems like they've. I don't know when it. Because even the narrator was just referencing like her. But I think yeah, he was talking about I guess who the villain would be. So maybe yeah, you guys are probably right. I don't know. It just seemed like this is what the route they were going was like. Oh, we're gonna. It's this is we have a story we're telling and this is the character that we're giving you or something. But which I thought would be weird for yeah like a Fable game is it's usually created characters and they did that like are you even gonna have like the choices to become like good or evil and all that stuff. So I don't know. Still, regardless, like I'm excited. I want to play a new Fable game. It's been I don't how
Well,
many
Fable
years
3
since
came out in the 360, so
yeah, it's been so long since a proper Fable game. I mean, we had that one there was that Connect game called Fable something, I don't even remember. There was that pub game that was like a arcade game. That was kind of fun actually. Um and we had the beta or the pre-release of Fable Legends, but yeah, like we haven't had a proper Fable game since Fable 3 and that's been way too fucking long. So,
They suck ass.
yeah, I want to play the new Fable when it comes out. And it looks like yeah, it's going to be funny. Like that's one thing about the Fable games, right? They got to be funny or they have humor in them and everything, so I don't know. I'm excited. Yeah, you guys gonna try and play it day one or
oh yeah, it'll
Yeah,
be a day one for me.
okay? All right, we'll go ahead and move to the next one. Oh man, this one, I have nothing to say. It's a fucking frag punk. It's a fucking hero shooter, and when we talked about it in the state of play gaming chamber, like, what is with these hero shooters? Like, you can't.
Overwatch did it. They gotta do it, man.
But like we have Overwatch, we have Valorant, we have the ones that people are gonna play. At this point, I just don't see. And yeah, we talked about it on the State of
Let's
Play
say all the fucking battle
podcast.
royales, all that shit pops up. Like,
Yeah, I don't.
why
Yeah,
play that? You have PUBG, Fortnite, and fucking Apex. But people had a fucking battle royales and shit.
yeah, I don't. I see what they're trying to do
It
with
just
this
takes
one,
one game. It just takes one game.
but I do see what they're trying to do with this one. That like, it's like they're like change the rules. So they're trying to have like you can like change up stuff in the game, like have like power ups and all this other shit. But it's a hero shooter. I don't care. I'm not a hero shooter guy. Like I don't play Overwatch. I don't play Valorant. I played a
You
little
play
bit
X
of.
Defiant?
I played X Defiant. That's the one I'll play. Like I do play. I do like that X Defiant. But I think the hero shooter elements are not as prevalent in that game. So
That's what I'm saying. Like, fucking, it's only just one ability, but because they don't want to make it into that
I think it's
fully.
because I think that's what it is. They want to go the hero shooter route, but they don't want to fully commit, so they did what they did in X Defiant.
Then people say it's a Valorant
It's a
or shit like that. It's like CS:GO and Valorant combined, where you still have like the shoot like normal like military shooter, but you still have like that one ability that's like not crazy, but it still does something.
yeah. I don't know, Devin. What you got? Any thoughts on Frag Punk?
Don't even care about it. Like, wish it didn't exist.
Yeah, it's like, yeah,
Like,
why?
I get it. They're trying to get, like mentioned, they're trying to get on the boom of these hero shooters, but it's just like at this point now, like we don't want like no one fucking wants these games, and like you're like, hey, we got these games. We're like, we don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and move on to the next. You know what? I'm gonna put these three together because I'm gonna assume that we probably all aren't really looking like licking our chops to fucking play these games necessarily. There was Winter Burrow, which was that like cartoony with the mouse like main like character. Had all the mice and everything. Mixtape. It was that like set in the 90s. It's one of those coming of age, like has some supernatural elements to it. Flight Simulator 2024. I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
It's pretty cool. I like all the new shit you can do now in that one.
That one, if anything, that one I'm probably would be looking more forward to because it looks like it's not just going to be like, oh, you could just fly. Like, no, if you want to do some other stuff that involves flying vehicles, we got it. But it's not just like, oh yeah, just fly. No, you could, put out fires and deliver shit and all that stuff. But yeah, Mixtape, Winterboro, Flight Simulator. It's a little bit more ahead, but I'll also add this one too. That Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
Huh?
That's a no for me, dog.
Yeah. And Devin, on those 4 games, like you got much to say on them?
No, like it's cool for those fans like that. I mean, like for the Walking Dead people, like that, like the Life is Strange, like, but it's just not like, I don't know, not something that I'm like looking forward to right now. With my like time becoming more limited and that I can play games, it's like I'm not gonna waste my time on that.
Yeah. And
But like, it's good
yeah.
that Xbox has a bigger portfolio. Like,
Yeah. Oh no. Look, I may not be excited for these games or even want to even play them or whatever it is, but like the fact that we're getting them, like I'd rather have a million games, but I only want to play like 50 of them, than like, oh, we got 100 games that I want to play. You know what I mean? I'd rather have that. Like, just give us,
yeah.
just throw shit at the wall, get what you can. If I don't want to play it, I don't want. That's fine. The more games we have, the better. It's always going to be that. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, there was Elder Scrolls Online too. I think this week I could have lumped this in because none of us play Elder Scrolls. It's what they just talked about that, like how it was funny. I did laugh at the trailer because they had that "We Belong" song to it,
Yeah.
That's
and
funny. I was like, when I was listening, I'm like, are they really fucking playing that?
I mean, every time I hear that song, and I know Devin has to be already the movie that he's thinking the same movie, right?
What movie are you thinking of?
Are you serious? Talladega Nights.
Oh yeah, I want to make sure you were thinking of that
Oh,
one.
yeah, when they fucking start like racing each other on foot at the end. That's every time I hear that song. That's all I think about is that. So it was just it made it funnier to me that they used that song in the trailer. But it was also like they had their talk to remind everyone they got their Golden Road expansion or update or whatever it is coming up. But I think this is just more to be like remind you like, hey, we got this game. So I mean, there's not really
Anniversary.
much. Yeah, there's not really much to talk about the game. All right, so this one I'm gonna let you go at it first because I know you're super excited for this one, the Indiana Jones game and Indiana Jones of the Great Circle. Devin, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start us off.
I mean, I don't know how much more I can say about this game. I'm just really excited. I'm a huge Indiana Jones guy. Like, it's cool seeing like it was just a cinematic trailer. Still says it's coming out this year. I mean, there's nothing else more I could ask for. Looks like Indy. Like it
Feels like it.
sounds like he sounds as much as like Harrison Ford as he could
Troy
or
Baker.
can. So
Is it Troy
yeah,
Baker?
Troy Baker.
yeah. So all of those are good things. Like, there's nothing that has moved me off of like, oh,
Like less
this
excited.
is all. These are all good things. Yeah, these are all good things.
One thing that like when I was like watching the trailer, I was like, this feels like when because yeah, it was like a story trailer. It was just like I'm assuming
Yeah.
it would be a cutscene. Like this feels like I'm watching an Indiana Jones movie. Like the exact words I used were I said to my brother were like this. Clearly, the people making this game are Indiana Jones fans because it felt like I was like watching like a CGI movie, I guess, or whatever, animated movie, however you want to call it, of Indiana Jones. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm sold, or even more sold, or whatever. Ever since was it? I think it was in January, right, where they had that developer direct or whatever it was, and they talked
Hmm.
about it. So yeah, like I was sold then. I'm just more sold now, especially because yeah, like you said, just it feels and sounds and looks like an Indiana Jones thing. So sign me up. Or yeah, I'm there. Especially oh my god, it's on Game Pass. Like that's one thing. Like if anyone who wants to complain about Game Pass, like they're losing ground on like trying to say like Game Pass is stupid or whatever. Like Game Pass just the more time goes by, the more I'm glad I'm a subscriber and will keep being a subscriber to Game Pass because of stuff like that. Just games like that, man. Like, and even something when we talk about Call of Duty, I'll talk about it when we get to the Call of Duty discussion. But yeah, like, come on, JJ. What about you? You gonna play that game day one?
Probably not day one. Um, like looks cool. Like the movies, like the scene where like the box is going between them, and then like do that little chuckle, and then Indy just like punches him in the face, and like that's like literally what would have been like in the movie. It's like the weird comedy stuff, a little bit like that in the game, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool. I probably won't play day one. I probably eventually will play it, but I probably won't play day one.
You know what? The thing that also makes me sold
Wait,
on
when
that game
did
is
that come out?
machine games.
Did it say September? or October,
It's coming out.
or was it just said
Was it November this
2024?
year? I think it's just coming out this year. I don't think they have like a firm date or month. I think it's just coming out this year. I don't remember, but yeah. The other thing too is it's Machine Games. Uh, they did really well on those Wolfenstein like reboots. So I'm at that point where like if it's a Machine Games game, I want to play it. So yeah, no, I'm can't wait. Obviously, neither can Devin. So yeah. I don't know. I'll lump these two games together too. The next two games they showed were Mecha Break and Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Uh, I don't know. There's not Mecha Break was like this. I think it's a PvP game. You play
Yeah,
in
PvP looks
mechs.
like arena fucking mech fighting game,
Yeah,
like
and
man
then
shooting game or something.
I'm gonna be
That one I might
honest.
play. I might play that one.
Yeah, I'll probably play it too because I think it was gonna be on Game Pass, right?
Yeah,
And I'm gonna be honest.
just
I
look
don't even
crazy as
remember.
shit.
Yeah, I don't even remember what Wu Chang Fallen Feathers look like.
Now that
This
one I think was the fucking parry. Like it looked like Sekiro essentially.
You might be right on that. Yeah, I don't.
I was literally thinking to myself, is this like Wulong? The one that fucking you couldn't beat first boss.
No, I could not beat the first boss. That shit was very annoying, and it's one of those things where if you make your boss that hard to where it just
I beat it.
frustrates. Yeah, well, I'm not you guys. I'm old. My reflexes are not great.
I saw 70.
Yeah, I'm 70 years old. All right, so Devin,
70 years young, actually.
Mecha Break, Wu Chang. No
I mean,
thoughts.
if it's Souls and it plays well,
I think it. Yeah, it was supposed to be more of like a Souls-like game, right?
Is that the one with the god, like or some shit like that? It kind of seemed like God of Warish. It seemed like they like killed the gods or some shit, or is that a different one?
That might have been Wu Chang. I think it was.
They're like kill all gods. I'm like, this kind of reminds me of Kratos, but she's like a woman, and the other god person's like, let me help you kick their ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
They look
remember.
pretty cool. The action scenes and everything.
I I don't know. I'm trying to find something to say that would make, but like I said, I don't even remember like what they showed because I kind of checked out on that. I'm like, this doesn't look interesting. So I don't. But the game that does look interesting that they showed, the one right after, Avowed. That one I am super into. I want to play that.
That was kind of cool.
I have been looking forward to that ever since they announced it because I am when it comes to like those types of RPGs, I'm more into like an Elder Scrolls over like a Fallout. So yeah, especially at the time too because Xbox didn't own Bethesda yet. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be like their Elder Scrolls, because they have it's oh my god, I'm forgetting the name of the company. They make the Outer Worlds and all that shit. Obsidian, and Obsidian does good work. They do good work. Like I like their
they do the
games.
Lord's work.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, this is just more like I think this is more of a reminder to show you, like, hey, yeah, Avowed is coming out, and it's coming out this year. So, yeah, there wasn't much to the trailers, just to be like, hey, here's some more Avowed, and I'm like, hey, yeah, I want to play it still. um, Devin,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a day one. Like you said, Obsidian makes really good RPGs, so it's gonna be a good one.
what about you, JJ?
That one for sure. And when I first saw it, I'm like, that looks kind of cool.
No, yeah, because that's the thing. What is the Pillars of Eternity? I think that's the game. It's supposed to be set in like that universe or whatever, the world of Pillars of Eternity or something like that. So it's not even like, it's got like lore and everything. So like there's something they're gonna. It looks like it'll have a good story because there's something to work off of and everything. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm excited. I want to play it, but yeah, that's day one for me. After that, Atom Fall. It's from the what are they? Rebellion. It's the guys who made the Zombie Army trilogy game and Snipe. Is it Sniper Elite? I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. This looked like it was like you're going through different time periods and stuff. Um, I don't know. I wasn't really excited. It didn't grab me. Um, it just looked like
Weird. Like, right? It just showed like a random bitch like walking, like dancing in the beach or something, right? Is that one?
I believe so.
No, it wasn't all of that.
I don't. I'm
Yeah,
struggling
I
to
was so
remember.
confused. I'm like, what is this game? But somebody was saying like it's an MMO. I'm like, I don't know, because again, I just saw people just killing shit. I'm like, it just reminded me of Anthem. I think if it's the right game I was talking about. There's just a whole bunch of weird things. I don't know. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, and that's not a good thing if you show off your game and people are like, oh, what the fuck was this?
Confused.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like fucking trying to do like that. Fuck the Amazon fucking one, Hideo Kojima's game.
Which game?
You know, the fucking walking simulator. The one game that he has as a walking simulator.
Oh, Death Stranding.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that's why he said the Amazon game. I thought you meant like the game from Amazon Studios.
New World? No.
You meant that, like the delivery simulator. That's what you meant. That's why I was getting confused right now. Yeah, I don't know. Animal, whatever. We'll move to the next game. it, it, it just, or well, Devin, you have anything to say on it?
No.
All right. This game, I may have liked Valhalla, but I just don't care about Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Shadows. They showed some gameplay, the gameplay trailer. They're gonna do a Ubisoft's gonna have. I think it's called Ubi Forward or whatever. I don't know. I think it's this week. They're gonna do a bigger deep dive into that game then. But this
It's
is just
Monday. It's tomorrow.
oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. Assassin's Creed. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, cool. I'm not really. I enjoyed Valhalla, but I only think because of the Viking aesthetic. That's about it. So
I've been dying for the Japan one.
I think I saw or maybe just the rumors or whatever, like this, whatever it is you want to call it. Shadows is supposed to be more like those three games: Origins, Valhalla, and Odyssey. Odyssey, right? Yeah. This is gonna be more like that, not like Mirage, because Mirage was like they were going back to
Throw
how
back to the original.
yeah, where Shadows is gonna be more like a big open world RPG. So I don't know. Maybe I might try it, but I don't know. I still think the whole controversy like around it is hilarious. That everyone's been clamoring for an Assassin's Creed set in Japan for years. They finally get it, and you play as a black dude. And everyone's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" There's so much.
What?
It's just hilarious to me. I don't know. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I don't care enough. So
What controversy? What's going on?
the what?
What did you say about it? We were
The
talking about what?
controversy with Assassin's Creed Shadows. That people have been clamoring for one set in Japan for years. They've been wanting it for years. They finally are getting it, but you're not playing as like a Japanese dude. You're playing as a black guy. So people are not happy.
Black guy that was a fucking badass samurai. Yeah.
Well, I mean, history doesn't really say much on him. He was just a guy.
He's real.
He's real,
not
but
like he's told it,
but that, I don't know.
not being PC.
Like I said, I don't care about the controversy like that. I think it's hilarious, but like also at the same time, all the people were like, he's a real guy. He was like an actual badass samurai. I'm like, if you actually read like up on him, there's really not anything on him. He was like a slave that was purchased by the emperor, and that's about all we really know. So, I mean, he's the type of person that you can work with in that. Like, oh, you don't know anything about him. There's not really much on him. So yeah, he was an assassin. Okay, cool. I don't know. It's just
Well, he's gonna be the more brute. Looks like the play styles is obviously like he's gonna be the brute character, while the smaller Asian woman is the more of the stealth one, kind of like
yeah,
fuck, what was it? The steampunk one, Syndicate. Yeah,
yeah.
how the brother was more the bruiser, the girl was more assassin like. I like Syndicate. So I do like that era though too. It's steampunkish.
Yeah. Oh, Devin, you gonna play some Assassin's Creed Shadows?
I'm gonna play it, but I'm probably not gonna buy it day one.
That's it. Just wait on Black Friday. You know that
Wait
Ubisoft
for
games
a
are on sale.
wait for a sale.
Yeah, I just
It's probably
like
best.
I loved Origins. I bought it. Not Origins. What was we
Valhalla.
just talked about? Well, not Valhalla. I hated Valhalla. It's way too bloated, and I'm a Vikings fan,
Mirage.
and Mirage. Yeah, I like Mirage. Did not like Valhalla. Like, I mean, I was starting to get tired of it with like Odyssey and Origins, just like the over bloat and just
That's what this is gonna be more like, though.
I know. So we'll see if it's fixed or better because like maybe they'll won't have as many like it was also like the microtransactions they were throwing in with you in these single player games that was also pissing me off. So we'll see. Um, but I'll probably play it and buy it. And I mean, I think I've played every Assassin's Creed game. I haven't finished every Assassin's Creed game, but I've played every Assassin's Creed game. So
Yeah.
it should be good. Hopefully they've kind of learned, but
It's Ubisoft.
it's Ubisoft.
I'm never gonna assume they've learned anything except just put more microtransactions and make games expensive to play early or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We're gonna talk about this one real quick, I guess. Yeah. And then we have our last two games. Stalker 2. They showed that off. Is that coming out this year?
Yeah.
That's been in development for so
Yeah.
long. I know that.
Pretty sure, right?
I think it was this
Well,
year.
yeah, it's been doing it for a long time, and
Well,
because a little something called Ukraine getting butt fucked by Russia for a little bit,
yeah.
and then stopped production.
I would say development like had to stop for a bit because Ukraine got invaded and shit, and they've been at war. So like yeah,
And then they had to fucking leave. It's crazy.
One thing I did find hilarious, if when they showed the trailer, it said this game is being like it said being made in Ukraine or some shit like that. I'm like, they really had to add that. Like,
Yeah, September 2024. So
but yeah, they really had to add that. Like, hey, this game's being developed in Ukraine. You're sympathetic toward that, right? That's why they did that. Like, come on, people. That's so. Oh, it looks like it's just, if you ever played the Metro games, the Metro games look like that first Stalker game, and you know it's you're playing in Russia after a nuclear apocalypse, and there's all this other stuff. It looked good. Don't get me wrong. Like I was like, holy shit, this game looks pretty. Even through like because watching stuff live through like YouTube compression, it can be like not the best experience. But like if you watch the trailer afterward, it looks better. Obviously, it looks good. Like games are man, a lot of games though. Like that's games are very very pretty now. So I don't know. I don't know.
yeah,
You
no,
guys got anything else?
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, I really like the Metro game, so that's the whole vibe of that, and a Game Pass game. Like, it's gonna be a good time. Like, I'm glad it's
Watch a lot of
finally.
YouTube videos. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad it's finally coming out. I'm glad, hopefully all those people that made the game are stay nice and safe. But yeah, like it sucks we had to wait this long. Stupid Russia. Fuck you, Vladimir, making me wait longer for video games. Vladimir hates gamers.
Confirmed. Putin,
Yeah, that makes sense.
more like pussy.
We're like putting me in a bad mood.
This guy. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Putting me in a bad mood. All right. All right, we're gonna talk about this, then we're gonna talk about Call of Duty before we talk about the last game they showed, because I'm pretty sure we have a lot more to say on the last thing they showed. So they announced 3 new series models. They're not, I mean, Series X and S models. There's the I hate when they do this. Why do they have to make it white? White is such an ugly color for console, but making a digital version of the Series X. Then they had that galactic
And it gets
black.
so dirty.
Yeah, I know.
Why you say it like that, dog?
I know, huh?
The white ones get dirty, man. It's gross. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Then
Like what
there's
you notice is what dust gets on them. It's just like ugh.
then they're doing a white version of the 1 terabyte Series S, because they had that. It's only come in black. The 1 terabyte version or whatever. I actually do have that still. Um, and then a Galactic Black, is that what it's called for the Series X? That one still has the disk drive, but it's 2 terabytes, and it looks like like has like stars on it or whatever, and it had the green aesthetic on it. So, I don't know. You guys planning on maybe upgrading your Series X?
I mean, we'll get into this later, but I mean, if games start coming out, fucking Call of Duty size, might have
Ooh,
to.
yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to yeah. I mean, shit, 2 terabytes might not even be enough at this point. Like, I thought 1 terabyte would be pretty good for games when I got the Series X. When I had the Series X, but I have the memory card for it too, because I'm like, fuck. Like sometimes I don't have enough room, so I don't know.
I'm gonna well, there's like a 2 terabyte um like expansion card. I might have to get that. Like, I don't want to have to get the new console, but I might have to get the 2 terabyte expansion because I don't want to have to switch between getting switch expansion cards in and out. Like that seems annoying.
Yeah. Also, with this,
Especially because it's in the back. I wish
yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, especially because it's in the back. It's just kind of hard to get to. Just
Yeah.
for my setup at least, and I'm sure with other people's setups, it's probably kind of a bitch to get to.
Yeah, that's why I have
But
I have my consoles set up the way I have them. I have them like on a little table next to my TV. I can easily get through, but I also have it that way too, because like I use the one for my capture card or whatever, my capture device. I have the it's just one that I have to take out the HDMI cable. I have to take out, put it in the other consoles and everything. So that's why I kind of have it. That's kind of why I have it set up that way. So I mean, if I had to have multiple expansion cards, it wouldn't be an issue. But it's still like, you got to go over there, take it out, put the other one in. When yeah, games are getting a little too large, and one specifically is yeah, but also yeah, I wanted to mention this too with them talking about these when they were talking about these consoles and everything. They mentioned it that they're working on the next generation. So that I wanted to get in there because yeah, there's all the talk about Xbox going third party. They're getting out of consoles. Clearly they're not. They still want to make consoles. It makes sense, and I think it's going. That leads to me, or leads more like evidence to like that I've been saying that they probably want to try and make Bethesda and Activision the third party stuff, and Xbox is their own thing. It's PC obviously too, but I don't know. So I don't know. JJ, consoles, the new The new iteration.
I'm probably gonna upgrade to the 2 terabyte one, for sure. I honestly, I think my Xbox is acting a little funky, so
It
it's
probably
to be
might
honest.
need to be. I think I saw
Yeah,
that.
so my girlfriend like it feels like it gets way too hot, dude. It gets way too hot, and it feels like it's burning.
Oh shit! I saw that it's gonna be $600 though. I think I saw or heard that
Yeah.
it's gonna be $600. So
I was gonna spend 600 and 500 anyway for another one, so
yeah, I
another
guess.
$100.
I mean, honestly, think of it this way: like, how much are those the memory cards? Like $150, right, for the 1 terabyte shit.
Something like that. Yeah.
So I mean, like, think of it as like you're buying, yeah, the Series X console and an an expansion card.
I've had this Xbox for 4 years now, so $500 with that shit playing this game like this console so much. Yeah, I think I put $500 worth of fucking shit in this.
Oh, I mean, like,
console.
yeah, I bought the Series. Unfortunately, when I got the Series X, it was when I bought it. It was during that time where you couldn't find one, so I bought it off someone for $600. Stupid scalpers. Fuck you, Devin. You're part of the problem.
What do I do?
You're part of the problem.
I didn't do anything wrong.
You're a scalper too, motherfucker. But yeah, so I better
It's
no.
a side hustle, brah.
But no, like I don't feel like I'm like, oh fuck, I spent $600. So like, if at some point I did get that 2 terabyte one, I think I'd be fine spending the $600 because I get clearly, yeah, it's my console of choice. Like, I'm not upset with having to spend maybe a little extra if I have to, but I don't know. All right, so, let's just move on to the Call of Duty talk first before we get into the other game. So yeah, after the direct, they did their Call of Duty, or not after the showcase, they did their Call of Duty direct. They talked about some of what's going to happen in the single player a bit, some of the multiplayer, the zombies. So they bring back zombies as a round based thing. They're bringing back the prestige for the multiplayer, where like it deletes all your stuff, or not deletes, but like it resets your progress, and then you start over. Because I guess people didn't really like the whole how they've been doing it, where you just kind of keep leveling up to like whatever level. And the campaign is just like, oh, I guess they become a rogue group. They're being chased by the government. So yeah, I mean, I want to play because I like the Black Ops games specifically. That sub series has been my favorite series of the Call of Duty games, and this one's been in development for like 4 years now. So like they clearly are like, look, we're doing different stuff, like with that Omni movement now, where you can just move it. Like, I don't know. Did you guys watch it, right? Like, I'm not saying stuff and you guys are not understanding.
I know.
No, yeah, good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
I
like
feel you, dog.
what they're doing with Black Ops. Yeah, and it's gonna be in Game Pass day one. And not only that, but like I looked at it earlier, I was like, because they're doing their advertisements on the consoles, like, oh, install, pre-order, this, and that. Because obviously it's in Game Pass. I have Game Pass. So normally the Vault Edition, it's $100. The Vault Edition upgrade's $30. I can spend $30 and get the Vault Edition upgrade, which will let me get the beta early access and all that stuff and everything. So if I want to, I could just spend that. Even more value to having Game Pass. Instead of spending $100, I could spend $30, or just not spend any money and just play Black Ops that way. So,
Yeah.
Yay me. But yeah, like you mentioned, huh?
Some of those skins look pretty fucking cool though.
Well, you get like, I think
Like
if you
Woods.
get the Vault Edition, you get Woods, like right now, the classic Woods skin. I think I saw that. So yeah, but yeah, Devin, like you mentioned, the size of the game, 309 gigs. Like, what the fuck, dude? Just, can you even install other games?
Only play Call of Duty.
I mean, yeah, we've talked about it on other episodes of the podcast. Like, the casual gamer doesn't care about a lot of the games that get talked about. There are the people who like all they play is Madden, all they play is Call of Duty, all they play is FIFA or whatever. But like Jesus fucking Christ, can you imagine that? Like I want to play other games, I want to install other games. Oh, 300 gigs. Oh, okay. I guess. Like yeah, I might have to buy that 2 terabyte console because 300 gigs is just ridiculous. I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah.
Gigs, bro. Is there like a thing where like they can't fucking do spaghetti code to like condense the fucking shit?
well, you want to know
Because
what's
like
even funnier?
WoW can do it.
No, you want to know what's funnier? So, the game requires you to be online at all times, even to play the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, but the reason, even for the campaign, that it requires you to play online at all times is because you need the internet connection to like stream texture packs or something like that. Which to me, I'm like, why do you have to like stream texture packs to make the game look better? The game is 300 gigs. We have like games that like look at like I don't know. Are you still playing it right now? The Hellblade game. Look at how good that game looks, and that game is not 300 gigs.
Actually, I beat it and then uninstalled.
Oh, but still, like you were just playing it earlier, and I played it a little bit of it. Like, look at that, how good that game looks. Look at how good a lot of the games look, and they're not 300 gigs or require you to have to like stream texture packs. I don't know. It's a little ridiculous to me that the Call of Duty is just requiring so.
Maybe I'm hoping they like will like you can download just certain parts. Like I don't know. That way, if you don't really care about Warzone, you don't have to download Warzone. If you don't want the campaign,
yeah,
like,
they
once
do
you're
have
done with
that.
the campaign, you can like
No,
they
do
better
that.
have that. Well, they better do it for this because like once I'm done with the campaign, like I don't want to have that shit on there. Like, and I don't know. Even if it's 330, like the amount that I play. Or 310, the amount that I play Call of Duty, and it'll go up as they add shit too. Like that's it's base starting out at 310
every time. Yeah, like season 1's gonna have fucking like 40 gigs. Okay.
Yeah.
Like how big is Call of Duty right now? Yeah, but Call of Duty. I mean, like I guess it's not that much bigger. It's 234 right now, so stupid. Like it's so much.
You still have another season, so it's gonna be another 20 gigs.
Can you imagine someone who has the original Series S and they want to play Call of Duty? Because that's what it was, 500 gigs, right? Like that's it. That's all you. That's
500 gigs, and it's what 80 gigs is operating system.
Yeah. So like you can only install Call of Duty,
like small single player game.
like a small single player game. Yeah.
Fall Guys.
Like, yeah.
There's a bunch of 360 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
You can play the old school Call of Duty games.
Yeah, I know, right? You can play a few of the old school Call of Duty. Yeah, I don't know.
You
can play Call of Duty 3.
So, I don't know. Are we playing that game day one, guys? Black Ops 6? Especially it's going to be on Game Pass. Like,
no, I'm there. I'm 100%. Even if it was on Game Pass, I'll still fucking play day one.
yeah. Well, yeah, you and me are more.
Call of Duty's fucking shit, but yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's that meme where it's like, fuck you, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
We still will play that game day one, no matter what.
Like right now, I'm actually playing. It sucks that fucking none of the skins transfer over. Everything from Modern Warfare 2 and 3 do not transfer over to fucking Black Ops 6.
Really?
And I just dropped. Oh yeah, they said that they just want to start fresh, clean. Nothing. This is brand new, just like how Modern Warfare 2 was when it first started. That all of Modern Warfare 2019, Cold War, and Vanguard skins do
because of the
not
Warzone stuff, right? Yeah. Oh, so they're just.
Well, this one they said they're starting fresh, and maybe because it's. I don't know. They just say they want to start fresh with everybody. But again, there's like fucking 50, like probably like 100 guns. Like there's no fucking way, and that's probably a nightmare to nerf every fucking gun, dude. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, these OP for this gun. Gotta make sure this gun's viable, but this other gun can't be too powerful for this one. Oh, this was the same thing as the other one. So why would you want to play this other gun? We gotta change it a little bit. Like right now in the season for these Call of Duties, a lot of them are adding aftermarket parts to like upgrade the older guns from Modern Warfare 2 to make them viable for Modern Warfare 3.
Because
like, why the fuck would you use
that's
some of
what
them
I'm talking
old
about.
guns?
Power creep.
Like,
Power creep, man.
they have like one of the add-ons was like a fucking you make like your fucking like M4 shoot 50 cal rounds or some bullshit. Like it's super slow, but you 2-3 shot people. Like it's crazy. AK, I think I got the latest one this week, where the AK has no fucking recoil at all. It's just a laser.
Have you been playing the Warzone portion, or are you playing the
But-
actual multiplayer?
I'm actually playing the multiplayer. I wanted to do Warzone because you can get the pistol, but it doesn't fucking matter because it's not gonna transfer over to fucking Black Ops 6. You get
Yeah.
the Sally pistols, the 1911s.
Oh yeah,
But I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
if
yeah,
it,
those ones.
I'm like, if it's only for this fucking game, I don't give a fuck. You know, like fuck that shit.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna most likely
like-
buy the Vault edition as well. So I'll get to play as
Yeah, I
classic
think-
Woods. I don't know. Devin,
It's the only-
I mean, you're just gonna play, right? Like you're not like, because I know you're not a Call of Duty guy.
Play. I ain't. But I ain't spending fucking money on that game.
Well, I mean, you don't have to worry, obviously, because we do the game sharing. Like,
I know it's game like, but like I don't know, like all these people buy all these fucking skins. Are dropping $10-15 for skins, and it's just like, oh yeah, no, I don't get my.
They
Nicki
dropped
Minaj
$60
skin.
last week.
Yeah, and it's just like you're never gonna. And then like in what 5 months, you're never gonna fucking play with those skins again.
It pissed me off. I was super hyped for the Gundam, like that Gundam anime shit. And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, just to be like, hey, guess what? They're not coming over. This is fucking horse shit. If I knew that wasn't gonna transfer, I wouldn't have fucking bought the skins. You know, like that's all I was talking to Sam. Like the only time I'm gonna get skins are for like when we buy the battle pass and get those skins from the battle pass. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Cause I'm gonna use the skins like Skeletor, Spawn, you know, Inaris, fucking Lilith for fucking like the Diablo shit. You know, like that's it.
Because
But now I won't play that shit no more.
yeah, and who's to say? Because they're obviously gonna release skins for this one. When are those skin like for next year? Because there's gonna be a Call of Duty for next year. Like, is this our skins gonna not be used? Like,
maybe because they're more
It's
concerned
like-
with like Warzone stuff. That's why. Like the multiplayers will be their own things or whatever. Will be their things that they put out there, but like everything still feeds into that Call of. Like they even have it as just like the launcher is just Call of Duty. So they're probably like, okay, you guys do what you're gonna do, but everything still has to feed into Warzone and everything. So I don't know. Like.
I use my skins when I play Warzone Mobile. I know that. But I was just talking to Sam, like, I have Ghostface from fucking Cold War, but why the fuck would I play an old ass game? You know, like I don't give a fuck. It feels like these Call of Duties. Why play the old ones? You know, like just really play the campaign and shit, and like a little bit of player multiplayer to the fucking sweaty tryhards. I only fucking play
But
that
the thing
game.
is, at least they've done it to a certain point. Like, I know that it's like something to complain about, like, oh, they're not gonna move. But like, how many games have where it's like even us, like me and obviously me specifically, me and Devin, whatever, we're huge Gears fans. But like, when we bought stuff in Gears 3, like, oh, we got these characters, whatever, it didn't move over to Gears 4. Or if you got a character in Gears 4, it didn't move over to Gears 5, and stuff like that. So like,
Hey, dude.
I don't think I bought any though.
Yeah,
well,
I think you just bought like in-game currency skins. You never dropped like I probably dropped over maybe a few $100s on fucking skins in the last couple Call of Duties.
Yeah, I mean, no. I like I said, I understand because you spend all this money and it's been going forward and everything, but like, not every game does it. So the fact that they went as far as they did, I don't know. As far as they
that's how it
took
was
as far
last
as
time.
they
I think I was
did.
telling Sam like, so when Vanguard came out, they started dropping like really fucking cool skins at the end. So like, they're trying to get last a little bit of fucking money, like the Godzilla skin and King Kong. They're the cool as shit. The event for that shit was pretty like fucking nuts as shit. But it's like, none of the skins gonna transfer over. Nobody's gonna fucking Vanguard. Vanguard was fucking shit.
Yeah, Vanguard was bad.
But it's not like once I ever like, you know what? I want to play some Vanguard. Fucking shoot me.
If I ever
You
said,
know I'm fucking.
yeah,
Bro.
if I ever say I want to play Vanguard and I'm not being funny, you have my permission to end my life. Like, no. Yeah, that's funny.
Dude, you knew I was eating paint chips or some shit, dude.
I must have been doing drugs at that point. All right, let's move on to the last thing. But this was it. This is, oh man. So right off the bat, they announced Gears of War E-Day. Okay, we'll just what it was. It's Gears of War E-Day. It's a prequel. Not Gears of War 6, not a sequel to Gears 5, not the Gears collection. Which, if you look online, and even for me and Devin, you and I talked about it before the podcast. Like, it took me by surprise. It took us all by surprise. I'm assuming, right? You too, JJ, because yeah, the talk was either Gears 6 or Gears collection, not a prequel. So the fact that it turned out to be a prequel is just like, but yeah, and oh man, it was funny.
Okay, and I think we always wanted to fucking have an E-Day fucking game.
Okay, don't start that
Hey,
talk.
I would want to fucking see that shit, dude.
Don't start that talk. You're doing it. You're doing it too.
I know people always talking about E-Day shit.
No, you're doing it too. I've seen that sentiment online. They're like, oh, we've been wanting a game set in E-Day. I'm like, does nobody remember Gears of War Judgment?
Yeah, I don't want to.
That game is good. That's a good game. It's not. Okay, whatever. It's a good game. It may not be like a great Gears of War game, but it's a good game. And they did like fix it. They changed some stuff up. If you want, that's what you want to say. But that game is set like a month after E-Day or something like that, which they kind of break the lore a bit because you have the actual like the Chainsaw Lancer and everything. It's set like within like the first few months or something after E-Day. So like that game's an E-Day game. We have a game set during E-Day. Doesn't take away my excitement for Gears of War E-Day. It does not. But that I don't know. I've even seen some people who are like apparently supposed to be big Gears fans and know the lore did not get this shit correct. I'm just like, we finally have a game set during E-Day. I'm like, what? And then I saw some people like completely misremember like timelines and stuff too. That like someone saying that, oh, this has to be a year after E-Day because it's set 14 years before Gears 1. I'm like, Gears of War 1's not set 15 years. This isn't like, I'm not misremembering this, right, Devin? It's set 14 years after E-Day, right? Gears of War 1?
That sounds right.
Like, I swear, like, it says right there 14 years after Emergence Day and everything. So, I don't know. We have an E-Day game, but I'm still super excited.
14 years before the events of the original Gears.
Hmm?
It's set 14 years before.
No, but like some people I saw like thought that this was set a year after E-Day because I guess they were assuming that Gears 1 is set 15 years after E-Day, but Gears 1 is set 14 years after E-Day. So this would literally be like as it's happening.
It's happened. It's like Reach. It's Gears Reach.
Dude. Yeah, it's basically Gears Reach.
Reach?
Yeah, no, but it won't be one episode.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fucking long ass game.
Well, no, that Halo Reach, obviously the game Halo Reach.
He's making fun of the show.
Oh, whatever. Anyways, yeah, one thing, and Devin, you and I were even saying this too. Like as the showcase was going along, I was like, "Fuck, they're not gonna announce anything Gears, huh?" I was like, "They're not gonna do it. They're gonna fuck me over. They're gonna break my heart." And then it finally happened. Like they did, I love the way they did it because it was Sarah Bond. She talked about all the stuff, and then and we have one more thing to show you. And then they did like that thing, like the world premiere, Xbox Game Studios presents, but it was like red color instead of green to let you know, oh, this is Gears. If you're a big enough fan, you know that red is the color for Gears. But yeah, once they showed that trailer, and they showed the TV, and you see the COG symbol, I was like, I don't care what you guys think. I let out like a little girl scream, like not a girl scream, but like I was like, I said it like out loud, like fuck yes, let's fucking go. Yeah, I was ready for a Gears announcement. You have no idea. Yeah. Devin.
No, I'm glad I get another Gears game finally. I mean, we've been waiting for a Gears game for fucking years, and like, I don't know where because we texted about this. I don't know where you saw this, but I don't want. I want the wait between Gears of War E-Day and Gears 6 to be a lot shorter than Gears 5 between the time between
Gears
Gears
5 and
5
E-Day.
and Gears E-Day came out.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait cuz like it's cool we're getting like
This
a
prequel.
prequel game, but like I mean to a certain extent we know like the events that are going to happen. Obviously like Marcus and Dom are going to like survive and like there's going to like go through stuff. We're probably going to see where Maria gets taken from the locust, like by the locust and stuff like that. So we're gonna see
No,
like
she
these things.
she doesn't get taken. She just like disappears because she just like leaves on her own after the kids are killed
Okay,
during E-Day. So
okay. Well, we'll get to see that shit happen then, you know. So
I do wonder if they're gonna do that. They're gonna show like if it literally does start with E-Day, and we see like Dom loses kids and shit. That would be kind of fucking crazy to see.
yeah.
So
So we'll get to see like those set pieces and stuff like that, which is cool. But like I don't know, I do also want to see how the fuck like what they're doing in this most recent trilogy and like
yeah. So okay,
what
I'm
they're
gonna have
doing, how
to.
they're gonna wrap up.
I'm actually playing Gears 5 right now as we speak for the podcast. I'm gonna put the controller down because I do want to read this. This is from Shinobi602 on Twitter. He has some details. So this isn't considered a spin-off. It's a new entry in the mainline Gears of War saga, which, like, okay, um, I mean, that doesn't, that's kind of a weird thing to call it, but okay. Um, the Coalition is content with the stories told in Gears 4 and 5, but they're not abandoning him. Uh, making this game was an opportunity that quote unquote felt too good to miss. Uh, oh, sorry. Like I said, I'm playing the game, and now there's an enemy that I should kill. When it came to designing, like I don't know if you guys like paid enough attention, but you had to have noticed it. Um, they were looking to like make the locust look even scarier. That's one of the things. The fear of encountering the locust for the first time is central to the game. So they made it like they wanted the design team prioritized redefining the locust drone, which had become simple fodder as the series progressed, into something fearsome, physically intimidating, and utterly brutal. So like if you look like they looked a little bit more like I don't know, like the face looked a little more skeleton like of the drone that Marcus was fighting. So yeah, that makes sense. They're trying to make him look scarier. Um, they're looking to recreate and improve on the series cover shooting, revisiting the tone of older Gears with truly next gen tech. Yeah, it takes place 14 years before the first game. Uh, yeah, I said it, looking to recreate the Locust as living nightmares. Uh, it hints at the origin of the Lancer with the chainsaw. Or
Yeah, I mean, I
what
assume
he
the
was.
retro is gonna be
Yeah,
pretty
the narrative follows the
involved.
early stages of Marcus and Dom's brotherhood, bonding over the loss of Dom's older brother Carlos. Um, that's a story Carlos Santiago. That's a story that was told in one of the Gears games, I think. Asphalt Fields, like how he dies and everything. But yeah, and then over 100 times more environment and character details in Gears 5. Hardware, ray trace lighting, reflections and shadows, next generation destruction and gore. Which I was so glad that they showed that headshot. They're showing that they're not shying away from the gore because I think that's super important for Gears because it separates it from a game like Halo. Obviously, they're third-person shooters and first-person shooters, but this this separates it enough, even more so. I mean, whatever. And yeah, cutting edge animation technology. So yeah, like they're. I know I text you that like it looked like they like this was just like something that they were like not throwing together, but like oh yeah, it's the development was something that was more side projecty, but I guess that was wrong reports. This was coming from like their actual uh newswire post or whatever. I think like this is obviously a condensed version of what they said, but yeah, they were clearly like, no, this is like they went all in on this the development for this game. So
So
I
it
don't
does
know.
sound like it
We
sounds like
could
Gear
wait a while.
6 is
Probably still a while. I don't know. Maybe not as the wait might not be as long. Maybe it is still like they're making this game, but they're still working on Gears 6 because like there have been like they've been like hiring for people at the coalition. There has been like all these reports that they've been hiring for people, so they probably like wanted to have more, maybe two teams. Not only that, but like there was reports that was it Splash Damage? I think it was Splash Damage was working on a Gears game. For all we know, they actually were the ones making this game, and because it didn't say who was the developer, right? Like, I mean, they're gonna say Coalition regardless, but it might have been like co-developed with like I want to say it's Splash Damage. I don't remember, but it might have been co-developed by Splash Damage, and Coalition still just hard to work on Gears of War 6. That's another thing. When they finally like put the name of like the title of the game, it said Gears of War E-Day. Not Gears E-Day, Gears of War. Like we talked, Devin, I talked about this before the podcast. I love Gears 5. I love Gears Tactics. Like I love Gears games in general, but I did not like that they called it Gears 5 and Gears Tactics. Gears Pop. Like it's Gears of War. Like let's call it Gears of War. I understand that like as Gears fans, you and I, JJ, just Gears fans in general, we shorthand it Gears. Doesn't mean you need to call the games Gears. Call them Gears of War. That's what the games have always been called. So that was something that was very like, yes, Gears of War E-Day.
Don't call it COD anymore. COD. Call it the full-on Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Nah, I'm still calling it Gears. I don't give a fuck.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm still calling it Gears. I'm gonna like when Gears of War 4 was out or Gears of War 3, all that stuff. With Gears 3, look, like I said, we shorthand it. We call it Gears. I'm just saying for the official title, let's not do that. Let's not call it Gears E-Day. Let's call it Gears of War E-Day. Thank you, Coalition. I mean, that's a thing that like Rod Ferguson wanted, so maybe it wasn't popular enough with the actual development with the whole studio to keep going. That was something that Rod wanted to do because apparently Gears of War 4 or Gears 4, he wanted to call it Gears 4. And actually, when they first announced it, didn't it just say Gears 4 in the trailer? So
I can't remember. That's been so long.
yeah, I think in the initial like announcement trailer for Gears of War 4, it was Gears 4. But then they were like, no, we got to call it Gears of War. So, I mean, like, that has happened sometimes. Remember Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2? When they first announced that game, it was just called Modern Warfare 2. Then they were like, yeah, add the Call of Duty back onto it. Like, I mean, it's happened before, so we're like, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I was just way too happy to see this announcement. So I don't know, JJ. What about like your reactions and everything when they finally announced Gears E-Day?
I'm like, oh, cool, neat. No, that is pretty fucking cool, dude. I was like, I even typed in the chat. I was like, damn, bro, that's fucking like when they picked him up and I just saw it. I'm like, Marcus Phoenix prequel, Jesus fucking Christ! When I typed in the fucking Discord.
That was actually one of the things I had like various reactions during the trailer because so when the trailer first came up, I was like, "Is this a Gears game? This looks like a Gears game." Okay, it's a Gears game. And then I saw like the Retro Lancer. I was like,
TV.
"Huh?"
Yeah, like, oh. Once I saw the TV, Gears.
Yeah, once I saw the
There it is.
TV, I was
There's
like,
the
"It's
game,
Gears."
finally.
And then I saw Marcus Phoenix. I was like, "Oh, it's a young Marcus Phoenix." I was like, "Oh, so it's not Gears 6. It's Gears Collection. This is an announcement for Gears Collection." I'm like, they can't be like remaking Gears of War 1 again. They're not Sony. But like I was like, okay, so this has to be for the Gears collection. And then when it was like, oh, it turned out to be a prequel, I was like, oh, okay. So I actually did think it was going to be for a Gears of War collection after a bit, but which
Like when you said the collection, like they didn't have to remake fucking one. They could just still add Gears 1 into it, but like really pimp the fuck out of 2 and 3, kind of like the Halo Master Chief collection. It was really just jerking the fuck off Halo 2. That was the one that looked amazing as fuck.
yeah, that's what they
They
did,
just had
right?
the Combat
They just
Evolved
did
into
like
one.
they just remastered Halo 3 and that
Yeah, they just
Halo
made it like
yeah,
little prettier.
and the
And
Halo
I guess
Anniversary
Reach.
game.
Yeah, Combat Evolved. Yeah, they just got that port into that one. Then there's Halo 2 is the one that got the big PP fucking update.
Yeah. So no, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm so
Yeah,
glad.
but when I saw the dog tag, I was like, oh wait, holy shit! And then you see Dom pop out of the one tier, like he's back, my
Dude,
boy.
that like ending shot where they're looking out onto the city and everything was so gorgeous. Like I was like, I gotta make this my computer background, probably my Xbox background. I'll search for it online or get a. There's
When I
you can
watched the
find on.
trailer again, I started looking more in the background, and I saw like a bunch of more corpses coming out of the fucking building, and hear people screaming, and it's like the corpse just slamming the ground, like this fucking nuts as fuck.
Yeah, I don't. I I'm just so glad that that was their like one more thing. They ended it. It just shows that Gears is still considered because like obviously like not to take away from Halo. Without Halo, Xbox would not be a thing. But when I think Xbox, I think Gears. Like to me, Gears for me, like Gears is Xbox. Gears is the best franchise on Xbox. And honestly, I truly believe without Gears, Xbox wouldn't exist because as much as people like the 360, like I don't think the 360 would have because the original Xbox wasn't as popular. It was enough because of Halo. I don't think Xbox wouldn't have taken off during the 360 generation without Gears because that game came out and it just was an instant hit. I mean, like it turned me from a PlayStation fan into an Xbox fan. So, like, I'm
Yeah, because
probably
people are like, "Oh shit! Like this is what 360 games are gonna look like."
yeah,
God damn.
yeah,
I'm assuming like Everett, freaking like Did You Know Gaming, like the YouTube channel and stuff like
yeah.
that. I think I watched the one where they talked about like the 360 and stuff, and they showed Gears and how Cliffy B was like, we need to send the trailer, but like when somebody else was like, I don't know, dude, it's too gory for the people. And like, nah, put it in. And then Bill
Oh
Gates even
no,
talked to Cliffy B and said he
it
fucking loved
wasn't.
it or
It
some
wasn't
shit
the
like
gore.
that.
It was the chainsaw. It was the
The
chainsaw and the
chainsaw,
lancer.
like, well, the
They were like, we
chainsaw.
should probably take this out. He's like, no, we're keeping that. If we don't keep it, then we're not going to make this game. So they said, yeah, and yeah. There's that like famous thing of Bill Gates like, damn, that was so cool. Like he loved it. So clearly, it was the right choice
Damn.
to keep that. And I mean, like the Lancer has become an iconic weapon in video games. Like, yeah, but no, yeah, I don't know. I'm just I'm just so glad that we're getting a new Gears game. The only thing is they
Better be
didn't,
next year.
huh?
Better come out next year.
I hope it's next year. Cause yeah, that was gonna I was about to say right now. The one thing about it is that they didn't show like even a release year. It's just it's coming. So yeah, that's unfortunately a bit of a dampening of the hype, but nonetheless, like fuck, we're getting a new Gears game. Like I'm so happy. Like it's been way too long since we've had. It's one of those things. To like, yeah, we know that they're making a new Gears game, but you know, I want to see it. I want to see what it is when it specifically comes to Gears games. I want to know what's coming soon, or not soon, but what's coming next. I want to see it. Hopefully, because we have talked about this before, like announcing games so like early out, and they seem to not want to do that as much anymore. hopefully that this announcement
Like a lot of games for like either end of the year
or
or like
next year.
2025. It's like just next year.
Yeah. So hopefully
Well, the only thing
That's
that's
what
gonna be a little tough
this
for
is.
2025, at least in like I'm assuming September-ish era, or like around that fall, they're gonna be facing fucking GTA 5. So like that's gonna be like the big game of that year is GTA 5. No
I
other
mean,
game's gonna fucking compete
actually,
with that. I
but
know Gears a different third-person shooter kind of shades a different audience. Just like I think just overall like time-wise, people are gonna play.
well, no. See, that's probably why they didn't put a release, like even a release year on it, because like, I mean, the reports are that like GTA, the next GTA game is going to be like the end of next year. They haven't put. They just said coming out next year. So maybe,
Yeah, they said it was next year, and then
yeah.
they pushed it
So
back like it's gonna be later in the year.
well, no, that's just reports. It's nothing concrete. That's what I'm saying. So maybe that's why there's no actual like release year for E-Day, because maybe they're waiting to see what GTA does, and maybe it might end up being 2026. Maybe early in that like first half of 2026 because of GTA. Like that's a possibility. I mean, like GTA is such a force that you probably would want to get out of the way of it. And like you said, yeah, there are different
Yeah, no
games,
matter
but
what game you are,
you
I feel
want to
like you
move
should.
out of the
Yeah,
way.
just that's their shit. That's their shit. Don't even bother. Like I feel bad for any game coming out fucking next year and like
So maybe
fall or
that's what
whatever
it
or
is.
whatever the
Maybe
supposedly.
they want to see when GTA gets released, and then they're like, okay, it's getting released this time. Let's go ahead and put our game right here at this release date. They probably have a few release dates ready for Gears E-Day, but they want to make sure that they can release that at a point where it's not going to get just absolutely smothered by GTA's release. Because I think whatever game, maybe only Call of Duty could release within the time frame. But I think whatever game you don't want to be within a month of GTA releasing, whether it's a month before or a month after. I think you want to like that 2 month window of whenever GTA is releasing. You probably want to stay out of if you're like we want to sell this game, like obviously there'll still most likely be other
Before
games
either,
released.
because people are gonna be buying the game and trading that shit in. Remember, Devin? That's how it was at GameStop. You were buying like Maddens and shit, and you saw those fuckers come right back and trade that shit in for GTA 5.
So yeah, I think for all we know, yeah, maybe they didn't, like I said, they didn't put a release here, but maybe they are like, oh, okay, so let's just say GTA is releasing September of next year, and that's it.
I feel like it's September because then the GTA 5 would usually come
I'm
out
just
in
saying,
September
let's
as
say
well.
that's what it is.
That's my guess. That's what my guess. That's why I keep saying September.
So maybe that ends up being the case, and like Coalition is thinking like we kind of want a September release for E-Day, but they see that happens. They're like, okay, yeah, we're releasing in November or December. Like, yeah, we'll just put it then. Or maybe GTA releases in November or December, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna release Gears of War E-Day in February of 2026. Yeah, I don't know.
February because it's like co-op, like brotherly love kind of thing.
So you know what's a funny thing? So on the Steam page, they had PvP like as part of the features for the game, but they just took it off. So that game, like, there's a possibility that game might not have like competitive multiplayer. But
they didn't talk about it, so they probably just don't want to talk about it just yet. Maybe
I don't know.
that was just a quick, hey, here's a trailer. E-Day, dope.
I don't know that oh my god,
I'll
I've watched
be
that
shocked
trailer.
if they didn't have multiplayer.
I've watched that trailer like so many times now.
It's like the trailer for fucking Call of Duty. It was just campaign.
Well,
So I
no,
was
see,
like, there's no
here's the
multiplayer?
thing. Here's the thing. If they didn't have multiplayer, to me that would make sense because, or not that, or not okay, not that it would make sense. Not that it would make sense. More that like if they don't if it releases without multiplayer, it might lead to my theory that like even though they say no, this is a mainline game, but like it is still like it's an offshoot. even though they're calling it like a quote unquote mainline game, it's an offshoot. They don't want it to like cannibalize the Gears 5 multiplayer and potentially the Gears of War 6 multiplayer. So they might want to focus more on like co-op stuff because it did say it was going to have co-op, and that would make sense if they were like, yeah, this one doesn't have the competitive stuff, but it still has Horde, you know. But I mean, I could be wrong. It's probably, I mean, it is just a straight up. They're calling it a mainline game. It's a new Gears of War game, and yeah, maybe it's just no. It's got the multiplayer. It's why would we not put it or whatever, So I don't know. I don't know. We just know it exists. That's all. So we just have to wait more for more news on it at some point. Hopefully there's more talk about it within the next year. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
sure
by
next
the end of the
year.
year. By
I'm
the
sure
end
in
of the
the
year.
next. I don't know by the end of the next. I don't even know by the end of this year, but I bet you by like the next Xbox showcase we'll get something.
We'll get more details.
Like the next June Xbox showcase.
We'll get the more like juicy details on what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like for them to talk about it more. So I don't know. I mean, they're starting to do their own developer directs. They might want to do like, oh, here we're gonna do a developer direct, and this one it's the Gears direct. You never know. I mean that Xbox is starting to do that kind of stuff. So
I don't know.
they
I just
can
feel
do
like
that.
if they're, I know. I just feel
Hell, they
like
did
for
that with the
this
Call of Duty.
year. I just feel like for this year, what they're gonna do is they'll probably focus, like they'll probably do another showcase here in like 2 or 3 months, and it'll be more on. It'll just be all the games that are coming out this year, like just to hammer down, like, hey, these are the ones that are coming out this year. Like everyone get hyped. Like every game we're showing is this year. You're gonna be able to download and play all these games this year, and then like maybe beginning of next year, we'll get more information on other games.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah. I mean, because going into the holiday season, you're gonna want to get people hyped for what you can actually fucking play.
no, but I think a developer direct works for a game, even if it is going to come out next year. If you just want to like, like, hey, we're going to give you more details on this game that we know you're all waiting for. It's not coming out this year, but here's something to hold you over. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. So, obviously, we're gonna keep Gears E-Day out of this because I'm pretty sure that's gonna be our, the number one game, at least for me and Devin, that was there. But we'll do our top 3 games. Devin, what are your top 3 games that they showed today?
Indiana Jones. Let me go back to the list. Indiana Jones. I'm really looking forward to Fable, and probably Perfect Dark would be my other one.
Cool.
Yeah.
JJ?
Doom. The Flintlock game. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. That's the God of, like, the one that like kind of seemed like God of Wars.
Okay.
And probably most likely, fuck, what was that other one? I've tried that Mecha Break game.
Mega Break. So for me, my top 3 games in no particular order are just Avowed and Fable. But funnily enough, Black Ops 6. I don't know why. Black Ops 6. I mean, yeah, that's.
Did you see that? There's a screenshot of Nuketown in the game.
They better have Nuketown. I really.
They said like there's a guy in the lobby and it says join game and it says Nuketown.
I really hope Nuketown's there because that map is so good. It's one of my favorite maps ever in like any game, the Nuketown map.
I like it one more than fucking shipment, dude. It's fucking.
I even
Nuketown, you actually have
like
time to breathe for a fucking second.
They had that that Vita game, the Black Ops Declassified or whatever. They even had a version of it called Nuke House because it was like smaller versions of maps. They had Shipment on there, but yeah, that was I like Nuketown. Nuketown's it's a very good map to play on.
I feel like it's gonna play like Cold War it looked like Cold War from like a little bit like the
I mean, that would
multiplayer.
make
And I was watching like some
sense.
streamers,
That would make sense.
like the
But
way
yeah.
it looked, and that. But I like the whole we were talking about the Omni movement. It's crazy. I think it have like in total 5 attachments. We can have 8 attachments again and shit. Score streaks are back. So if you don't get kills, you can go for score instead. Get kill streak or score streaks or whatever.
Yeah, I like score
I wonder
streaks
if that's
better.
like, it's classified in Modern Warfare 3, right? It was like score streaks were different than actual kill streaks. Like score streaks were just more like, utility based. It felt like oh, you got UAVs, counter UAVs or whatever, and then kill streaks were actually like, oh, here's predator,
Hmm.
fucking there's dogs and shit. AC-130. Fuck, I think.
All right,
I
so
think those are 3-lane maps, which is cool. I'm actually excited. It feels like they're bringing like the older shit that we all liked Call of Duty and bring it back. 'Cause I hate how they always. I feel like every fucking map is way too fucking small. And I fucking hate it. It's for like fucking goddamn crackheads just playing that shit. I'm like, okay, I wanna. Like I said before, I just want to fucking kill somebody, breathe for a second instead of killing somebody, have to kill another person, then kill another person because they just keep fucking finding them. Like, I gotta reload and I'm dead.
okay,
I have good hopes for Black Ops.
I have high hopes for it too. So we'll see. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for this we'll call it a special edition, the Xbox Showcase for the podcast. But next week we'll be back to our regular, just talking about what happened throughout the week. Go back to the numbered podcast and everything. But like I said, yeah, this is a little special edition because this is different circumstances, special circumstances with the whole Xbox Showcase and everything. So, but yeah. So I've been 2Beast to Kill You. JJ, Devin.
Welcome to the Game
Oh.
Changing Podcast.
Why are we still doing this? All right, man. Okay. They say bye to our 2 audience members, I think. Whatever. All right. So until next time, we'll catch you later.